guys. Welcome to Imagine That. I'm telling you guys, if you guys could be behind the shit we talked about,
oh man,
I'm telling you, we'd be banned for life.
Already.
From everything.
I thought we were on for the last 20 minutes.
Oh God, you're lucky because you would have been banned. Oh, well, thanks for joining us. This is Imagine That. This is our weekly show on Saturday Night Live. Chime in if you like. You can give us questions or comments or make fun of this ugly guy here or whatever you'd like to do.
Me?
Well, I figured that's why you had the sunglasses on, just to give him a break for once.
I got these on because I'm a diva.
Listen at him.
No, that's about right.
See what we deal with.
All right,
He acts like one.
I got my man Scott Crawford here, Bill Guffey, Imagine Mike. You got the boss, Tina Haddon over there. Kyle Keller.
We tried to go a week without him, but it didn't work.
I almost said something bad I probably shouldn't have said because, after all the name calling, we were just calling each other a minute ago.
Yeah, let's not do that.
And we got Eric, the man kid, over here, too, hanging out.
Right.
So, like I said, this is our normal weekly music show. Follow us on Facebook or YouTube. We have an awesome new YouTube posting that you can follow as well. We always have all the music news of the week posted on there. All the new concerts, new movie information, and all local talent and artists that we try to help promote through the area. And if any of you guys want to share some of your stuff or let us know about local shows and stuff, don't be shy. Hit us up, and we can try to help you guys out as well.
Yes.
Please do.
Right. Any excitement this week, guys?
Stuff we're going to talk about later. I finally got to see the Grammys. Man, I thought it was pretty cool.
This was a big week for music news.
It really was.
I mean, if you guys think that we just get on here and act like a bunch of yahoos, which we do, I spent 3 hours putting together the news today. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on. So.
I got a newfound respect for what Mike does. Last week, he let me take on the task of doing the news. And, that week wasn't anything compared to this week. So, yeah, it's not easy, being a head newscaster, I guess we'll say.
It's something else, I'll tell you. But.
So, honestly, I had a relaxing week because I didn't have to do that.
So, is this the part where I can go, what's it like outside? And you go, it's fucking cold. Thanks, Wally.
Yeah. We're in Indiana, so it's always fucking cold. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Nothing exciting happened in my week other than I ate a lot of chicken.
All right.
That's what I wanted.
Oh, okay.
I ate a lot of chicken and a lot of Reese cups. So.
Couple regulars watching already.
And white chocolate.
10, Dave, what's up, man?
Oh, I saw that post.
Yeah, this white chocolate.
I always wanted to say something really.
I almost did.
Yeah, I know.
But let's not.
So we'll get our trouble even more.
But no, white chocolate Snickers, white chocolate Kit Kats. I mean, just, God.
They have white chocolate
Kirby's
Snickers?
watching.
Yes.
Yeah, he was on there.
I got it at the Speedway. Tried one, dude.
Well,
anyway.
While we were talking about something kind of cool this week with our Facebook website, they give out the new top fan badges.
Yeah.
And just to say thank you, and really impressed with everybody that did this. But our big type people is David Lawson, Kelly Reeves, Amber Chu, Isaac Goebel, Russ Glaze, Leanne Swain, Jeremy Ellison, and Sam Porter. Can you believe that? Sam Porter. I would not know why.
Right.
Sam Porter. But I want to thank you guys. You guys are the top fans.
Totally.
I want to give you some recognition for following us and being sane enough to put up with our shit. So
I'm jealous of Lee, man. She's in New Orleans getting ready to watch
That's what I was
Tool.
going to say.
Oh yeah.
I'm so jealous because that's one of their favorite cities to play, and I promise you that's going to be a show.
Yeah, Leanne and Nikki and Mandy, all of them, Holly, they're all down in New Orleans. So have fun.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
And my buddy Dave from work, Dave Bell. What's up, man?
Cool.
Thank you for watching.
So, all right.
Oh no, Kyle's at it already.
I had to pop my back.
Oh, I thought you were taking a shit or something.
He had to pop his neck and his back.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
My neck and
Eat
my
chicken
back.
nuggets, don't smoke crack.
My neck and my back.
That's Baby Yoda.
Oh,
Not me.
Lord.
Baby Yoda said
Here we
that.
go.
What?
Chaos
My
already.
neck, my back. Eat chicken nuggets, don't smoke crack. That's
Hey, man, proud of you. You cleaned that up well.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know that's not what you were saying earlier.
Wow. Wow. Miracles do happen.
Oh my God! If these people could
Cut
see,
it out. God.
if they could see the shit we talk about before this, we would. Oh my
Man,
God!
man.
All right. Well. Oh my God. All right. Let's get some of the big news this week. Like I said, it was a hell of a week. Music, news, and entertainment ish. Because the first story that everybody wanted to talk about was about Kobe Bryant dying this week.
Yep.
In that helicopter crash, which is really sad. The 9 people and his daughter Gigi dying.
Yeah, man. Tragic.
And I have a kind of it hits me a little bit at home because my daughter's 13.
Mhm.
She's playing basketball right now. I've been going to all the games and all that, so I can kind of relate to Kobe being into his daughter, watching the games and stuff like that. So I can relate to that big time right now. And
Yeah, he was on his way to a camp.
with
To
a
teach
couple of
kids.
girls to help with the basketball team. And
Yeah, and the only thing I want to say, like a lot of times people act like they don't understand why people mourn the loss of athletes or famous musicians, celebrities in general. Man, these people they're important to us because for one, it's entertainment. They're entertainers, and for two, they give us somebody to look up to.
role model.
Role models. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, that's
And memories and
They
Yeah.
impact our lives.
I always think that there's the 2 things that everyone can kind of relate to is music and sports. Everybody has an
Absolutely,
opinion
man.
about them.
Yep.
They always have loyal followings with them.
Mhm.
Just like if David Bowie or Neil Peart, hit us last week or
dude.
so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, somebody like Kobe that we followed through the years, 20 years with the Lakers. I mean, you're gonna feel a little remorse from it, I would think.
Yeah, they're inspirational people. They and it definitely affects our lives. And I mean, it's a shame that anybody that dies in an accident like that. We don't just mourn Kobe's loss, but like Mike said, the loss of all those people.
All
But
the people.
I thought about those kids that were at that age, getting ready to get taught to play basketball by Kobe Bryant, and then this happens, man. Just think of the disappointment. But
It branches off to so many things because I was just reading before we came on the air that one of my buddies is down at the Super Bowl and they have the concerts all weekend.
oh yeah,
You had Snoop Dogg, and you had Guns N' Roses, and Guns N' Roses stopped the show and paid tribute to Kobe, and then they sang "Knocking on Heaven's Door," for
Cool,
him,
man.
which was kind of cool, and it just ties that music and sport thing together, like I was
Oh,
saying.
absolutely, man, absolutely.
And, and it's weird. Just the night before that happened, me and April were standing in my kitchen, and I shot something in the trash can and went Kobe, just like everybody does. And the next day he was gone. It was weird.
Yeah, for sure. I
Sad.
can't remember what I was gonna say, but yeah, definitely a tragic moment.
Sure, absolutely.
Every time you do that, you're staring at Kyle for some reason. When you say, all of a sudden I forgot everything.
It's his eyes.
He's got that effect on me, man. He's got that effect.
It's that
Breathtaking.
corner mustache.
Mind numbing.
Mind numbing?
Mine?
Mind dumbing or numbing?
Oh my God.
Either or.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, so we'll get over that because the internet's blowing that between fucking Trump and Kobe all week. I think we've about had enough. Get your mind out of the gutter.
That's impossible. Sir.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we got to lift up the news, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Enough with the tragedy.
Positive notes now.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Well,
yeah.
not probably positive because we're going to talk about the Grammys. So,
I'm out of this.
Yeah, they.
so the real big story, is the Billie Eilish girl winning 4 major awards in one night. That's the first time that's ever happened since 1981.
Yeah, man, big deal.
And I know I gave you a hint to this earlier, but the last person who ever did this in 1981. Can you guys guess? Come on. Oh, we should actually have people post that right now.
Yeah,
see
we
if anybody
should've.
can guess that because
Yeah,
I
we
know they
should've.
won't.
Before you tell it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who
Yeah.
won that many Grammys in one night?
One night
in 1981.
in 1981.
I can see them all.
They're Googling their phones right now.
Yeah.
Don't cheat. Just try to guess.
So your guess was
Michael Jackson,
Michael Jackson, which would have been
which was wrong.
Which was
Yeah.
wrong. And
She would have been way later on,
Yeah.
late
The
80s.
first Madonna record came out in '83.
Yeah, so it definitely wouldn't have been her.
all right, let's go to the next part of the Grammy, and we'll let that simmer for a second. And
Yeah,
we'll go
yeah.
back to that.
Yeah, anyone?
All right, you can already see a big wet puddle on the floor. You know,
Here
we
we
had
go.
we had to do this. Actually, if not, I have to pay a bill money if I don't mention Tool at least one time in every damn show. So,
But
but that was cool. Part was Tool got the best metal performance Grammy
yeah,
for the Tempest song. That,
yeah, dude, that's the last song. It's a 12-minute long song,
Yep.
so
Brilliant.
that's cool that they
Brilliant
got
song.
an award for that. Danny actually said, their drummer, he said, it's nice to know that people still have an attention span. But they put them in the heavy metal genre just because, to me, that kind of gives them a little bit of a false image. But regardless, you know, I'm happy that they got the award.
you know,
And I'm proud to say that, you know,
You're a coal miner's
he
daughter?
that Danny thanked Neil Peart.
that's what.
Yes.
Yeah, that
You know,
was something I
'cause-
wanted to say too. I think that's pure class right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
man. You know, the Grammys kind of, I mean, they did do their memoriam to all the artists that passed, and Neil was part of that, but that just wasn't enough. And Tool getting their award wasn't even televised.
Well,
So,
that's funny you just brought that up because the flip side of how stupid the fucking Grammys are sometimes, when they talked about all the people that passed away,
mhm.
they did not mention Lemmy. They did not mention, was it Bushwick Bill?
Lemmy was
No,
a few
I don't think
years
so.
ago, brother.
Yeah, Lemmy happened a while back, so that's kind
Well, I
of.
guess that would have been the year before then.
And,
who else was it
The
then?
Prodigy dude.
Yeah, the guy from Prodigy.
Yeah.
They didn't
Keith
mention
Flint.
him.
Keith
Keith Flint.
You know, it's just, I was just like kind of,
Yeah, they're
you know.
weird about, you know, and we could get into this. Like the Grammys are really kind of a popularity contest. As a whole, watching the Grammys, I haven't watched it in several years, but you know, doing the show gave me a reason to watch it. I think music today's a lot more versatile than it used to be, but still, man, like the fact that they just close out heavy metal, that's a whole genre, and you know, a lot of rock and roll just kind of gets shoved off to the side.
Yep.
They don't give props to a lot of those musicians that
well, hell, you
deserve
watch
it.
the Grammys and somebody performs, and you're like, okay, you know they're going to win the award.
Yeah, and that's
Because
kind of what
they-
happened.
It's
man.
like the third
Um,
person that comes up next.
You know, I could argue to the death about why Tool should have beat Gary Clark Jr. for best rock album or
Yeah.
best rock song, but Gary Clark Jr. is great. You know, he's a great musician. He had a great performance with the Roots on the show. You know, but still, it's just, I don't know. It's like I said, it's a popularity contest, and they're going to do what they think the viewers are going to. That's kind of what we're left with, and
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing that got me is, like I told on the way here, I haven't watched or gave a shit about the Grammys since Jethro Tull beat Metallica.
Yeah, that was shit.
'Cause, I mean, they performed too, and they didn't win. And you saw it on their
Yeah.
faces. They were just like,
Yeah.
Are you serious right now?"
Yeah. I mean, because that's not really not the same genre at
But
all.
at all.
And then, just like you just said, I mean, you know, Gary Clark Jr. is kind of more bluesy, kind
Yeah,
of
he is,
guitar
man.
rock, and so I don't know.
Weird with their genres. Like I said, Tool, maybe in the early days you could have called them a metal band, but they're just not
Yeah.
really. The thing with Billie Eilish I thought was kind of funny. Her brother spoke and said something about not make this music to win an award. You know, they're that makes music in their bedroom, and it just so happened to get popular. And that's pretty much what it is.
What else were we talking about? The Aerosmith or NDMC performed together on there. And,
Yeah, for a bunch of rock and
It
roll
looked,
guys.
looked-
Man, we thought that
yeah.
performance was kind of sloppy.
Yeah.
I wanted to like it. I was excited when I heard, oh, cool, man, there's a rock performance going to happen and Run DMC's going to come out. But yeah, I don't know. It
Yeah,
it just didn't.
Rough.
yeah, like they threw it together.
It didn't interpret very well live, I guess. Best way to say that. So
All right, so won the 4 Grammys in 1981.
nobody. I don't think anybody knows.
Oh, we gonna sing it?
Christopher Cross.
Cross.
Sailing.
Take me away to where I wanna
Wow.
be.
We just had everybody shut the damn camera.
Probably.
We lost all our views.
That was like Kermit and Fozzie trying to sing.
Not to be confused with Chris Cross from the '90s. Who
No.
sang-
Daddy. Which is not to be confused with.
I can't.
Oh,
I would never
shoot.
have thought Christopher Cross.
Yeah,
was
Christopher
on.
Cross, wow.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, Sailing.
But there's proof the Grammys are weird.
Yeah, man.
Right.
You never know with the Grammys.
My next guess was, you know, not even that.
Ah, that probably would have been better or
1981, they were
well.
broken up.
Were they? By 81 they were?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I
They
didn't
were
know
off
that.
and on so often. You
Last
didn't know what's going on.
studio record until '94 was 79.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
We probably spend more time than those assholes deserve. So.
What, the Grammys?
Yeah.
Oh, way more.
Yeah.
We always
it's-
just bitching about it all the time.
Yeah.
Next on the list, the COC, Corrosion of Conformity drummer,
Yes.
Reed Mullen.
Reed Mullen.
Yeah, he died this week. He was only 53 years old.
Yeah.
And this goes to
That breaks
show,
my heart,
you know, because we've lived it a little bit, where alcohol was a major issue on him.
Yeah.
I guess he had some related seizures to alcohol and stuff, and must have rocked and rolled a little too much because apparently that was one of the main reasons he died. So.
And I'm a huge COC fan of
Yeah.
Pepper Keenan, and that I got the luxury of seeing Reed live at COC a couple times.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. I'm glad you
He was
did.
really good.
Phenomenal drummer.
Yeah, he was a really good drummer.
That's a sad loss to the metal world.
Yeah,
So
there was a lot of buzz about that this week.
Yeah, and if we don't bring that stuff up, we know the Grammys aren't going to. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, huh? COC? What's crock?
Yeah, what is that?
What's
You know.
Well, they probably know what that is.
Yeah, probably.
Corrosion of Conformity.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, good band. Look them up.
Also, I'm sure that we contribute a lot to this. Pantera surpassed the 1 billion stream mark.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's really cool that they did that, since basically no one in the 90s gave them any support.
No, dude.
Back when MTV was popular or anything, they were like the devil or something. They never got any
They did it all
publicity at all back in the day. And now you can go to a fucking NFL game or something and they're playing it on loudspeaker.
You know, the funny thing about Pantera, in all seriousness, without that radio play, without that MTV exposure, they were still the first metal band to ever have a #1. So, with Far Beyond Driven. Yes, absolutely.
So, you know what? That just shows you don't need the damn Grammys or MTV or anything else if you're real.
They did
Right.
it by word of mouth and touring.
Yeah.
A lot of metal bands are that way.
Yeah.
Slayer,
Yeah.
never had a radio hit.
Anthrax.
Yeah, all the big four, man. Other than
Yeah.
I guess 3 out of the big 4.
Even like the Grateful Dead.
Only had one hit ever. Yeah,
You know,
Gray was
I
the
guarantee
only.
you from our music store experience, we sold more freaking tie-dye shirts
Oh, yeah.
and little Teddy Bear stickers
Shit,
than
yeah.
anything else, and anything
Oh yeah,
else.
huge underground
So-
following.
But on to that from last week, just real quick. Was Casey Jones not a hit?
No,
was
dude, it
Truckin'
wasn't.
not a hit?
No, they were not.
Really?
Not Billboard hits.
Touch of Grey was the only
Only
one.
one.
no,
Q95.
Yeah.
Pantera, though, when they were in town, I can remember Q95 would play Walk.
Of course.
Or maybe X103. One of the two. They would play Walk just if
Because they
Pantera
were
was in town.
Yeah.
That just to sell tickets. That was the only reason.
Right.
But
I'd give them, they didn't have to blow somebody or whatever else to get popular.
yeah, dude.
They did it themselves.
Yep.
So I think they
Dug through the
deserve-
trenches. Heck yeah, they do,
So,
man. Heck yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah, it's a
and
huge win for the metal world, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huge.
Now, talking about people who probably blew somebody to get somewhere. My Chemical Romance points.
Shoot,
I don't know. I
I
just
be
had
pissed.
to segue into that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like something I would have said about him.
They did their North American tour. They did a whole bunch, and in like 5-6 hours.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Kudos for that.
Yeah, which is
Kudos.
cool. Obviously, I'm sure and those things probably bought them all. So they, but
You know it, man.
apparently, I mean, it was all over the internet where people were bashing Ticketmaster and that because they firmly believe that's what happened. But
Right.
and you know that's American capitalism for you, I guess. So
Yeah, it's
you know,
rough, man.
You
Getting
can't be
tickets.
mad, you know, if you know somebody wants to make some money off something like that, I guess. But
Yep.
you know, whatever. But they sold out real quick, and you know, if that's the case, then you know they're still pretty damn popular, I suppose.
I guess.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Like I said, kudos for
yeah,
doing it.
emo-ish, whatever. Rock.
Excuse me.
Yeah, my kids are into them. I've heard a couple songs that they're enjoyable.
You can do it.
Not like unbearable.
I'm pretty sure my kid likes them too.
You know, the 16, 18-year-olds or whatever. No.
The younger crowd.
Yeah. All right. List. I thought this was really. Of course, we have to have an Ozzy Osbourne story this week.
Every
always.
week, man.
I
It
think.
wouldn't be.
I mean, he's the master of being in the.
I think Sharon might have something to do with that.
Yeah, probably.
Ozzy.
I'm surprised he did. He just not on the View with Sharon or something.
he has
Ah,
been.
dude.
Multiple
They call him
times.
the Prince of Darkness, but she's the real
Yeah.
wizard behind the curtain.
These for kitty cats.
Yeah.
What?
But the Clawing Cats, he put up a graphic poster, basically with his fingers cut off,
Same.
an ad for PETA, saying that
Giggity.
it's
Oh, yeah.
it's amputation. It's not a
Right.
manicure for animals.
Yep.
And I thought this was interesting. Reasons. I guess last year Ozzy did something to his hand
Mm-hmm.
and nearly lost all his fingers
Yeah.
from a staph infection he had in his hand.
Yep.
And
Man.
I think that's why he, I don't know, related to it and then made the poster with his fingers cut off, you know, and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Well, that like
Oh,
9
yeah.
million pets.
Yeah, he does. He has.
Yes.
I mean, it just cracks me up when he's,
Yes.
you know, sitting there feeding that little dog and stuff. And it's, you know, you think Prince of Darkness and he's got this little white poodle thing. You know, it's,
Yep.
I read something that said that his newfound Parkinson's could possibly do something to his voice, man.
Yeah.
Let's hope that don't happen.
yeah, there were some kind of
he-
bad stories this week saying, you know, his health was pretty much going to end his touring and all that
Kinda
stuff
be
this
the
week.
demise.
So.
I thought him and Sharon gave out an award on the Grammys. I thought he looked okay. I mean, for somebody that just found out the news that he did.
Well, I mean, we're kind of used to him sitting there shaking, you know,
Right.
and talking, you know, in his wild British accent where you can't hardly understand him. So,
yeah.
so
yeah.
I mean, you know, it's hard to decipher, you know,
Mhm.
him.
And the poor man, even worship him and stuff. He should have stopped 20 years ago.
Well,
I
It's
mean,
just-
I'm a huge fan. I've seen Ozzy 12 times, like all this time, and because the last time I went to
Mhm.
see him, he was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, he just was, you know, he just seemed like he'd lost his. I just told myself I wasn't going to go anymore because I didn't want to remember.
Well, when I saw his farewell, he was phenomenal. I mean, he was impeccable. And the Black Sabbath farewell was impeccable. He
I
sounded
agree with
great.
that, man. I agree with that. Yep.
But
So,
I don't know,
but
man.
he must have got it back, maybe, I guess.
maybe or had enough rest or something. I mean, but you know, yeah, I mean, God, man, he could kick back on the beach and never worry about anything ever again.
Right.
So,
He has nothing left.
I mean, I don't know why he keeps pushing himself,
But
unless
yeah.
it's pure love for what he's doing. I
That's
guess.
it, dude. That's what he said in that Good Morning America. It's what he knows, it's what he loves, and it's what he's gonna die doing.
You know, I just blame my best friend Rick the other night. That man will die on stage. I
That's
have no
it, dude.
doubt.
That's what
I
he
have-
wants.
Really, almost be fitting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
mean, really.
I just
Yeah.
hope it ain't at one of my shows.
Yeah, really. I mean, oh my God. Can you imagine what the fucking internet would be like if he, passes away?
It's gonna be a sad
You
world,
think Kobe Bryant, man.
Yeah.
I mean, gee whiz.
man.
Anyway,
Yeah.
on a more
Yeah,
Dark,
Talk about
darkness
this
ensued.
Oh, the death and Grammys. God, it's so.
Grammys are worse.
Yeah, really. Now, God, it's like, damn, Grammys, death, and then we gotta look at Kyle. Gee whiz,
Yeah.
man, true.
True.
All right. Story. This week was the anniversary of the Beatles rooftop concert. The Beatles ever got.
Was.
It's the kind of the get back. What it's called.
Yeah.
47 years ago on January 30th, 19. Climbed 5 stories to the Apple Corporation rooftop and jammed. The police called on them.
They
And
did. They did.
They got threatened with the Big Billy Club.
Were you
and
there,
stuff,
man?
I was.
Oh, dude, that's
I
cool.
am John Lennon. Did you know that? Since the sunglasses?
Married Yoko.
I knew there was
No.
something.
No, I was not married to Yoko. That was my counterpart. My
Her name may or may not.
You can't.
What? That's not.
If you're gonna say John Lennon, you got to be married to Yoko. That's part of your hell.
That's it.
That's
dude.
kind of
I
the
mean,
torture hell thing.
yeah.
I take it back then. I was Brian Epstein.
Oh my God.
If you're gay and dead.
Oh jeez.
I'm gay and dead.
Gay and
Yes.
Yeah.
This article, though, there was all kinds of little facts that they put on here that was really pretty interesting. That I thought, concert was originally going to be on a cruise ship.
Uh,
I
that
did not know that.
that probably
cruise
because that's a
Yeah.
big thing now, dude.
It was,
Fans
it was
love
a
doing
toss-up
that.
between a cruise ship or doing it out in the desert.
Oh, that
And
would have been
was-
fitting.
Yeah, that's.
Okay. So the compromise was a rooftop?
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
I'm sure it had something to do with that bitch.
probably.
Oh, Kyle, that's
Is she
hilarious.
still alive?
So
Yeah.
the compromise.
Afraid so.
Okay.
She's been cashing those linen checks in for
no.
you know how long.
And now she's trying to kick.
There's another one.
She'll send those little ninjas after her. So they're done and like,
Be careful.
I know.
Be careful.
Lightly.
Let's see. Here's some other. Jefferson Airplane performed on that same rooftop a couple of weeks before that.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that either.
So I wonder
So
if
that
they just
was-
stole the idea from Jefferson.
Could be.
Hey, man, that's rock and roll.
Well, since it was Apple, the Apple building down.
Probably. They probably started doing that.
And they were probably friends with, Grace and whoever else.
They
was in the
share
band.
drugs and they share diseases. Oh,
Now there's another interesting. There's some cool little facts here. Directed by the son of Orson Welles.
I did know that.
Isn't that
Yeah.
wild?
I did know that. Yeah.
Orson
That's
Welles.
kind of weird. Cool though. Star wore ladies' coats. Their girlfriends'
I
show.
Yeah,
believe
John's
that.
is a big fur coat and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know,
I didn't realize they were women's coats, but hey, whatever.
they
Yeah.
must have said the microphones were pantyhose.
Know that either. Wow.
I don't know. There's
rock and
kinda
roll, man.
a little freaky thing going on.
They're
over
English,
here.
so.
That was over 2 years.
Sure.
Apparently.
Cool, man.
Sure.
Yeah,
it last, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. George Harrison guitar, first of its kind ever to be played. It was a special guitar made by Fender that they were giving out, which was interesting. This is also John Lennon needed cards to remember the lyrics of the songs.
What?
Gee,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's what.
song about ruining a legacy, man.
No doubt. Greatest beside Elvis. He's like,
Yeah,
but
that's kind of sad to hear.
he may not have been in his right frame of mind.
Probably not.
Just saying.
And also, the concert was actually 2 to 3 times longer than we even know. They filmed a whole bunch. It'll probably be released sometime down the
Eventually.
road. That,
I'm looking for that.
yeah.
Sure.
Oh
sure.
yeah, dude.
I mean, that's just such a big thing.
I don't even have the rooftop concert that is available.
Yeah, it
I
makes you
don't even have
wonder
it.
if there
Yeah.
was a reason they didn't release some of the other, like, you know, I mean, if they had in front of them and stuff, maybe there was a reason that they didn't release
Well,
what
if, you know, maybe they just threw it together real quick, and
yeah.
you know, if they hadn't been or something, maybe that's why.
Do you
they
have
didn't.
it? I wouldn't
It's
mind
in
borrowing
some
that.
box.
We'll have to
Yeah.
flip through the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
For
right.
your Dewey Decimal System. Oh, that's some old school shit right there.
Dewey
Who
Decimal.
remembers the Dewey
I wanna
Decimal
say-
System?
Yeah, I'm sure Google tried to snuff that out a long time ago. Also, most of the stuff is on our page. You guys can follow it and get all kinds of music and some videos, because one of the next stories they released, which was pretty interesting, Slipknot released their rare first demo from back in 1995. And this was interesting. This was actually, somebody had this. It was kind of like this Guns N' Roses story we talked about a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the guy in the storage
Yeah,
unit.
somebody had this, set on it in their collection for 20 years,
Yeah.
and just decided to put it on the freaking internet and release it.
Didn't even try to sell it. Didn't even
No.
try to make money.
Because, I mean, and that's not to be confused with Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat.
Yeah,
Different.
It's before that even. They
Yeah.
even had a demo called Crows, it's before that even. It's,
This demo didn't even have Corey Taylor.
right. Neither did Crows or Mate, Kill, Feed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
So, yeah, that was,
Man,
yeah, it's way early.
that was pretty interesting.
That was probably like just.
And you can listen to it on our site.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
check it out.
I'll warn
Form
you now,
opinion.
it's rough. But if you're a fan, give it a spin.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it actually kind of has that Pantera kind of vibe to it. When I listened to it, I was like, oh man.
Mixed with some hip hop.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, it's different for sure.
yeah.
So,
all right.
Yeah, check it out.
I'm actually going through these pretty quick.
cool, man.
I thought this was interesting because this is kind of our childhood thing we did, but Atari is building a series of video-themed hotels.
I want to go.
Las Vegas, Chicago,
yeah.
San Fran are already starting to build them. They're going to have all the VR and AR type stuff in it, things like that,
Yeah.
which is pretty freaking cool.
Oh man.
But we were talking about some of these crazy games that Atari had back then. Obviously you had the ET, you know, everyone remembers
Oh
that,
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that was one
which
of
is
the.
a
I think
major
everybody
collector's
probably
item.
had that.
I have that signed by two of the cast members.
Oh yeah,
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
yeah, that's right, you do.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But these were the funny ones that we were talking about. We didn't all remember. They actually in 1983 had a Halloween game.
And how do I not know
Yeah,
that?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre game.
I remember that one.
A Porky's.
That
Remember the
was-
movie Porky's?
Wow.
Porky's. That blows me away.
I don't even know how.
But what was the other one we were laughing about?
Bachelor Party.
Bachelor
Yeah,
Party,
Bachelor
that
Party.
Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah.
And there's
dude.
actually like nudity and
Sexual
sexy
content.
content in it and stuff. And I was like, where the
How?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
what the
crazy.
hell was going on in 1983?
Because-
I guess.
Yeah, Atari. It was all cursors.
I
How
know.
could you
In
do
1983,
cursor?
I was playing Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
you know, and then these people are playing, you know, with the
I
horse
guess-
that eats a bunch of drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, the Donkey Kong girl, she had a dress on, so I
Barely.
guess you could see, like, yeah, there was some.
That's-
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know, man.
I can't believe we didn't
I was
hear.
just cracking up reading that article. You can read it on our page too.
Yeah.
But
Why
I mean,
did
some of these
the?
games they were talking about were just like,
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell, Porky's?
Right, right. And the building, the hotels themselves. If you look at the picture on the article that's posted,
Yeah,
they-
it looks like.
yeah, the Atari logos on
Yeah,
the front of
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's what the building is designed like. That's
I
great
mean-
architecture.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Um,
cool,
I think
cool
it's
hotel.
gonna. I think it'd be pretty cool, but
Yeah,
But I knew
absolutely.
some back alley game shops, and I never heard of Porky's, man. I'm
Nah,
kind
man.
of upset.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know. I remember watching the movie though.
Oh, definitely. I have the box set.
Bachelor party?
I have the box set with the white.
Of course you
down.
do.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
I was
course.
waiting for him to make a comment about Lassie. That part.
Oh yeah. Troll.
What was that?
Ah!
He was pretty good at
Colonel.
that.
Now see, that reminds me of the one of my favorite jokes ever. I do still to this day sometimes from Porky's. Is you call somewhere and ask for Mike Hunt.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
There's one in town.
There's a few of them.
Yeah. That's a
Anyway,
real name.
That's funny.
yeah.
Oh God, to
Mr.
reminisce about those good old
First
days.
name Mike.
I
We're
love
moving
Porky's.
on.
Oh.
The
Not to be confused with this Mike.
No.
boss says we're moving on.
All right. I said something about this I think last week, but they released a trailer for the new Beastie Boys Spike Jones
Oh yeah.
documentary that's coming out on Apple TV.
Can't
Yeah.
wait.
This just looks phenomenal.
Hell
And it's just, man, they do a really cool, if you watch this thing, really cool tribute to Adam MCA.
Mm.
And it just makes you, if you're a Beastie Boy fan, you hear a little bit of that Paul Revere song.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And now there's a little story that I got to tell about three bad boys you know
Oh,
so
yeah.
well.
Started way back
Yeah.
in history
He's gonna
with
do the
that
whole
kid,
thing.
Ad Rock and me,
Oh,
Bite Me.
Yeah, it's that little snippet of that song at the beginning, and it's
Yeah.
them walking through this like tunnel, and it's
In New York.
you get. I mean, I got chills a little bit right
Oh,
there.
he does, dude.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
pretty
the
cool.
Beastie
Killer,
Boys.
man.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
1994, Lollapalooza, man, seeing them live.
Yeah.
There's so many people I know today that say they wish they could have seen that band.
they
And when
were-
I get to say I got
Yeah.
to see them live, it's
I
just-
was there, and it was
Communication tour, I
awesome.
think.
Awesome.
yeah.
I didn't get to see him, man. That's sad.
Oh,
Great.
dude, they were just so much energy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I put them up with like Rage, when Rage Against the Machine.
Then we were
was
talking about
live.
that, weren't we? Where they played, and everybody was so jacked up, and then
Yeah.
Pumpkins came out,
Smashing
and
Pumpkins
and everybody was
followed.
like sitting down, like bored or something.
Yeah, well, it was the
Yeah.
year Nirvana was supposed to headline, so it was
Yeah.
awkward. But yeah, Beastie
yeah.
Boys, man, I can't wait for that documentary.
Me too.
Yeah,
That's gonna be-
I can't
uh,
wait.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
Well, we can go ahead and have our fun with this because I know Scott's going to be recording this. Jennifer Lopez and Shakira are going to be doing the halftime Super Bowl show.
That's a
this
lot of ass.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's a lot of ass.
South Park will have some fun with that.
Guaranteed. Or as I like to say, it's a lot of cake.
Week. You know,
Yeah.
the only thing we need now is Kyle to get up and shake his ass like he did last week for us.
You know when he does that, he looks like Butthead. Way Butthead dances.
Oh, just when we thought the Super Bowl was getting better.
Yeah,
Well,
God.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
Shakira's pretty cool.
They're both
I don't
alright.
mind her, but I don't know, man.
It goes along the lines with the Grammys. It's a popularity
Yeah.
type of thing. So
So,
If anybody happens to watch this that has any clout at all, which I doubt, to the Super Bowl, why has Metallica not played it? Seriously, you
oh
can't.
yeah, no shit.
or
You
Pearl
can't get-
Jam,
Or Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
You can't get more popular than those two, really.
Yeah,
there's
I
so
mean, there's
many other people.
rock and roll
I mean,
bands. that
because I think
could-
it's better when they do classic rock. If it's
Sure.
Tom Petty. And,
Yes, which was
which is a good one.
I
But
forgot
I mean,
about him.
we were talking about some of the best ones I've ever had, and we were all in agreement with
Yeah.
Prince.
Prince.
You can't deny that
Yeah.
that was
It was-
legendary.
It was in Indianapolis the year the Colts won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It rained during Purple Rain. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
it was fucking.
It
wasn't
phenomenal.
in
This year's Super Bowl is exactly in the same spot in that Miami and that apparently.
Yeah, I wasn't in Indy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Madonna's was in Indy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
she's the one
that's
that
right.
there, yeah, which was
Super good.
I mean, you got the best one ever, probably Purple Rain with the rain coming down, and that was
With the
Colts
purple
won
lights.
Super Bowl.
and
so.
the big sign, the big Prince sign was lit up purple neon, and yeah, there was a lot of good ones. I mean, like Lady Gaga was good, Tom Petty was good, Madonna was amazing. Hey, even U2 was good.
Yeah, they were.
What was
Absolutely.
Yep.
when the Chili Peppers were Bruno Mars?
Yes, that was good too.
Yeah.
It was with the Broncos and lost.
Usually, with whatever gimmick they put in with these artists, sometimes it kind of wows you a little bit. Just say really bad, like Maroon 5 did last time. I thought that sucked.
Yeah.
I thought they were all right.
I mean,
Yeah. All subject, man.
It could've done without
Subjective.
him being
You think
shirtless.
of all
really.
the bands that have come out of Atlanta and they picked Maroon 5.
Well,
Yeah.
I think he just wanted to take off and show his tattoos.
You know
off.
he did, which are mainstreamish. Like, I mean, looks like he walked in the shop, opened up a book, and said, "Give me this page." you
oh,
know?
they're all Sailor Jerry tats, but you know.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
like the old school Sailor Jerry stuff.
Oh
which,
yeah, I can
you
get
know,
into some sick.
Now we've mentioned that, and Eric Kyle's taking off his shirt, showing us his tattoos now. Gee whiz.
Yeah, well,
Man.
he's got a pin up on his forearm, but we won't get into that.
Nothing.
Quiet.
That's
Nothing.
good. Last week you wouldn't shut the fuck
No,
up.
I guess.
Nothing.
Crickets.
Crickets.
Boring.
What do you want me to do? Dance like a fucking bear or something?
Not really. Not really.
No, that's okay.
Like a mechanical bear?
Do you know what a bear means? Never mind. We won't get
Yeah,
into
I
all
miss
that.
that. Like
I know
Showbiz Pizza.
What you mean by
Can you
bear?
do that?
Showbiz. Showbiz
Or
bears.
do the old Showbiz Pizza dance. Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah.
Damn.
Right on. If there was technical difficulties there and you missed something, it was funny. Sorry about your luck.
Yeah. I think they probably lost it for a second, and they started talking about stuff like before the show that we can't talk about on the show. They're like, "Hey, get it off."
Anyway, we're back. If we were gone, we don't know if we were. I don't know. I don't know if I'm here right now.
I know, gee whiz.
Anyway.
see, that's what happens when they talk about legalizing those psychic.
Right.
I'm on Facebook, I think.
Thank you, Columbus. Or Columbus. Not Columbus. Colorado.
Oh my god. We're good.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Columbus.
Jeez.
According to Bill Guffey, we're good.
According to Bill Guffey.
According to Gil Buffy.
Gil Buffy.
Gil Buffy.
Guffy the Vampire.
All right. Let's see. I got another story I want to get into in a minute, but this week, since he's one of our favorites, I want to say happy England
Absolutely.
turning
Yeah.
65. He's at his retirement age, I guess.
All right.
Happy
man.
65. Evie. Never mind. Eddie.
You got it.
Um,
Eddie Van
then-
Halen. EVA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon Lee would have turned 55 today.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank
The
you, Kyle.
Crow is one of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah.
Brandon Lee of the Crows.
Yeah.
Birthday would have been today. Thank you, Kyle.
I listened to the soundtrack before coming.
Yeah, great soundtrack. We talked about
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
One
yeah,
of the
man.
best soundtracks ever.
One.
Absolutely.
I actually read something since you said that this week that they're getting ready to do either another movie or TV show of the Crow remake.
The remake is back in development,
Yeah,
but I hope
sure.
it never gets made.
Yeah, I know.
I hope it don't either.
I mean, they've made enough of those, really.
Well,
But
First
yeah, that's
one was the
interesting.
only good one.
Also, can't believe it, but Rick James.
Bitch!
Oh,
Rick James, bitch!
Yeah, his birthday was actually today.
He's dead too.
When?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's dead.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Oh, condolences.
I think Rick James did bitch too much. So
It was super freak loving.
yeah,
One of,
I think he got freaked a little too much freak.
One of Dave Chappelle's greatest characters.
That's yes, Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle. Yeah,
I
that's.
think didn't he go like R. Kelly on some people or something.
Yes, he did. He actually held a lady captive, like kidnapped her.
I
Oh
don't
no,
think-
that's not funny.
I don't think
But,
No, yeah, but he,
Yeah, see.
but he laughed.
Yeah.
See, we're
Yeah,
talking
see,
about
now Mike,
kidnap and torture, and
he
Mike
talks
laughed.
about how we laugh
Now you know
at
what's gonna happen?
tragedies.
Now you know what's gonna happen.
Now.
Rick James goes.
Go.
Oh man,
That's
James
awesome.
goes.
Bitch.
I mean, I could
Called it
make a TV
Eric.
show of that, I think.
Hey.
So,
That's
hell yeah,
funny.
man.
Goes to Rick James.
Goes to Rick James, bitch.
The
I'm
gun.
gonna write a song called
Fuck
that.
yo.
That's a Bruce Springsteen song, isn't it?
Tom Joad, but still same thing which Rage Against the Machine did.
Oh man.
Too much information flying out.
And just because I am a big huge man, I tell you, they put a concert on YouTube today for free from this year's tour, and I'm a big fan. I'm telling you guys, I ought to check this out. It's from August at Red Rock, and it is.
Ooh.
And they also put last week they played at the NHL All-Star Game, and it was all on there for free on YouTube. And
Nice,
I'm
dude.
telling you guys, I'd check that
I
out.
was at the
Red
same show
Rocks,
you and Tina
man.
saw.
It's the same tour.
Same
Yes.
tour.
Same
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
Red
Very
Rocks
cool.
is on my bucket list. I want to go
Same.
there so
It's-
bad to
yeah.
see anybody.
It
I don't
was
care who.
amazing. We watched it like 3 times today. It was really cool.
Go out and see
So.
Steph and Matt. Check out.
Yeah, I've got another friend. I've got several
Yeah.
friends in Denver. I want to go there real soon.
Yeah, that's a bucket list
Yeah, just-
venue for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
beautiful
sure. I've been
place,
wanting
man.
to.
Beautiful.
That and Madison Square Garden
Ever
are
since
two of my biggest.
I always loved watching that U2 concert at Red Rock back in the day in the 80s, and it's
Oh, where they filmed Sunday
or-
Bloody
or
Sunday.
Dave Matthews,
Yeah.
even when his is out there, it's just so cool to
Yes,
see the rocks and everything, you know.
absolutely.
All right. Well, one of the last kind of stories that we're gonna do. I'm always telling you guys, music is the best medicine, and that's why we get together. Because with life being as pressing as it is, we get together and make a bunch of funnies and be nuts and goofballs, and it always livens us up a little bit. But they actually did some studies where doctors are now prescribing music therapy for heart ailments,
Yes.
brain dysfunction, learning disabilities, depression, PTSDs, Alzheimer, and child development.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
This
awesome.
article is freaking phenomenal.
Awesome.
And
That's
me having some health
awesome.
issues and knowing that when we get together and do this stuff, it feels like magic to me, and it makes me feel so much better.
Yep.
And we were talking about when I was in the hospital. Man, I was like in a coma for 3 weeks, and Tina would play music for me, and within a short period of time, I came out of it.
Wow.
And, I mean,
dude, wow.
I'm such a preacher to this.
Yep.
Freaking awesome,
And
dude.
these studies that they do on here, I'm just going to try to read a few of them. Are just freaking amazing. But it goes to saying music has proven time and time again to be an important component of human culture for its cerebral origin and modern medical usage, for personal motivation, concentration, shifting moods. Music is a powerful thing for the human soul it goes into.
So it's important.
It's helps control blood pressure and heart rate disorders. It goes into talking about that.
Yep.
Listening helps you treat stress and depression. It kind of goes into that.
Yes, that's another one.
This article is
Huge.
awesome. You guys really ought to do. If you're a music
Depression.
lover,
Yes.
you ought to really read this.
It's just proving what we really already know,
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
scientifically proven.
it's not only listening to music that has proven effects on stress and development. The NAM Foundation has compiled a comprehensive list of benefits of playing music, which include reducing stress on both the emotional level and the molecule level. Now, that's even
dude.
more different from the inside body to
Yeah.
outside body, which is, I mean, it's just kind of amazing.
It goes deep.
The
dude.
music therapy helps treat Alzheimer's disease, and it goes into music therapy has worked wonders on patients suffering from Alzheimer's. With Alzheimer's, people lose their capacity to have interaction and carry on with interactive communication. But according to studies done in the partnership with the Alzheimer Foundation, they have seen where it actually reversed in some people's conditions because of the
Oh,
music,
man.
and they can relate to the certain songs that
Yeah.
they are familiar with.
It helps take them back to that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great,
The-
man.
I
So
thought this
awesome.
was incredible where the study, the music study in academics, especially in children, this was very impressive to me. and this is really sad since you see all these assholes, you know, in their freaking political offices cutting back on the music and arts programs.
Yeah, man.
But
It's
this, I mean, this really got me. Early exposure to music increases brain functions, helping to motivate the human brain capacity in such a way that it responds readily to learning, changing, and growing. UCLA professors analyzed the academic achievement. Now check this out. They tested 7,000 low-income kids.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids that took these music and art class, 42% of the kids were in the highest ranking of their class.
Wow, dude. 42%.
If they took this music and arts class.
Okay.
Now,
that's huge.
the other kids,
Amazing.
of the same amount of kids that didn't take the music and arts class, only 25% of the kids made it to the highest part of the class.
So that's over half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it just proves, man, like I said, what we kind of already know.
I was really shocked. by that.
I've said it before. Very few things in my life have touched my soul. And I know a lot of people just look at me like I'm nuts when I say that, but
No.
I've seen some live music. I'm not even going to specify as to what live music it was. And I knew, man, my soul was touched. It done things to me. It made me feel ways that I know I could not feel with any other, no other anything. No other entity.
Yeah.
And Mike's living proof of it, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, how many times do you turn on a song that you remember back and you were dating? Or that moment you were, I don't know, skating at Gibson Arena. or Pantera song and you feel like you can run 10 miles. I mean,
We've talked about
well,
that.
not you.
Fight somebody.
Like Eye of the Tiger or Lose Yourself. You're on the treadmill and you think you
Yeah.
can't go anymore. But there's other songs too. If you're depressed, you put on the right song and it's going to lift you up,
Yep.
make you feel better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're not,
It's powerful,
you're
man.
dead.
And it can bring you down sometimes too. You can't.
Which
deny
is
that.
necessary.
Like it reminds you of your grandma's funeral,
Right,
or something like that too.
Or break up, or
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Any way you want to feel.
music is the best medicine. I'm
Mike
telling
says
you,
it, man, every week.
It's
and they're proving it.
yeah,
It's the
They're
best-
proving what you say.
yeah,
It's the
Scientists.
best medicine, and it's the best therapy. It's everything.
yeah. That's
So.
freaking incredible. So,
Heck yeah, dude.
all right,
Yeah, great story, man.
yeah, it's really cool to read, guys. It's on our website. All right, now we're going to some of this new stuff that's going to happen. So you can kind of get an update or save your money. Because it's so expensive to go to some of these, especially this first one I'm going to announce. But yesterday they said the Rolling Stones are going to do a summer tour.
Yeah.
They are going to be playing in
Man.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Louisville,
That's my hillbilly.
not Louisville.
Nashville.
Yeah, they're playing the guy
Uh,
around the house.
But, yeah.
No, they're not.
So that's pretty close if anybody wants to go.
That's so cool, man. Those guys, as old as they are, that they're
Yeah.
still playing live, and
If you have never
they were just
seen
at the Indy
Stones,
500 not
Yeah.
too long ago.
Yeah,
Hard
you're-
Day.
You're
Yeah,
probably
my
about
buddy-
Still
Yeah.
kicking, still rocking.
Yeah, if you
So-
haven't ever seen the Stones, this is probably going to be one of your last chances for
Yeah.
sure.
Probably
yeah.
so, man. Probably so. Yeah, check
the-
them out when you can.
Louisville, Nashville, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. Those are all pretty not too far away. So you guys want to save your money,
Yeah.
that would be a big one.
Yep.
Also, they announced and said that apparently this Motley Crue tour is selling like hotcakes already. They sold already $130 million worth of tickets. $5 million in just VIP tickets.
Wow,
Wow.
dude, I can't imagine
Yeah.
what those are even costing.
Yeah. So that's, if you're
You're
going
all-
to get it and you don't think it's going to sell, you're wrong. It is going to sell. And so.
It's going to sell
Yeah.
because of Joan Jett. That's the only
Because
reason.
I love rock and roll.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
love that woman.
Unintended.
As
Yeah.
older she's getting, she's still
Yeah.
pretty hot.
fucking
She
hotter.
looks
the
good in her
older
leather
she gets.
pants. To other women, not to
Yeah.
never mind.
You're really getting close. To
I am, but I'm trying not to.
Really close.
I'm walking that line.
And I kind of told you guys about this yesterday, and I'm telling you this is going to happen. Korn, System of a Down, and Faith No More are going to announce a big tour come Monday at 8 o'clock.
Can't wait, dude.
Maybe a tour. Did you read the whole thing where the guy has like all kinds of different? He said
Listen
something
to the radio
Right.
Monday at 8 a.m. I'm telling you, this. If I'm a betting man, I would be betting money on this. So
Inside
'Cause
sources.
It said that they all three posted the same picture of an astronaut in
Yeah.
space on their Instagrams.
yeah.
Okay.
So this one cat said, "I think they're going to do the first concert in space," which would be badass. But I think Mike's got it right
That's
though.
not-
Well, I asked
Right.
somebody that knows their shit from the ticket business,
Yeah.
and I asked them if it was true, and they sent me the winky little smile faces back. So
I
I
got
thought,
I can't say.
Okay.
yeah. So I figured, okay.
Well,
it's-
if that's a
happening.
triple bill, it'll definitely be in.
Oh my
I
gosh,
would
man,
say
that's gonna be huge.
It'll be something else. man.
System of a Down played a couple
Yeah.
festivals last year, but they haven't done an actual
Yeah.
tour.
The
and-
interesting thing about that
Uh-oh.
is who closes
They
out
probably
of those three bands.
Faith No More probably would.
Yeah, but still.
I don't know.
Or they might just. They
I
might
don't
just
know,
juggle
dude.
around.
Korn, look how big
I figured
Korn.
Yeah.
Korn has been huge from day one.
I say
25
System
years.
of
So-
a Down, Faith No More, then Korn.
I don't know, dude. Is
Look,
System
they
gonna
could-
make a comeback
you know,
as the
They
opener?
had to just put the damn names in a hat and go, here you go.
It could be an
That'd be
alternating, It could-
Yeah.
like White Zombie and Pantera back in the day. It could be an alternating.
Or maybe they'll all three play at the same time.
No.
That would be insane.
That would be.
So we've had co-headlining tours, but we've never had.
Three headlines.
What would you even call that? Trey headlining?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's just funny,
Tres
as
hombres.
big as Faith No More came out just about a few weeks ago talking about all them touring again.
Yeah.
And then they would be the opener for somebody like that because they could do their own freaking tour.
And
Not only that,
So
but Mike Patton's he's got other projects coming out with new
A
stuff, man.
Yeah.
shitload of practice.
Yeah.
That guy's a nut,
He's-
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
It must have lit a fire under his ass to do all the other stuff with his other bands. 'cause-
And now Faith No More being his biggest project.
And Faith No More hasn't done a full scale tour, and
Like not
20
full
years.
scale.
Yeah, really.
they've done download and
Yeah,
festivals
yeah,
and
they've done
stuff.
festivals. Yeah, this is gonna be exciting, man.
I can't
Monday
wait.
morning at 8, man. We can't
Yeah,
wait.
That's gonna be awesome.
More news next Saturday.
If that is
Uh,
a tour
And on our
announcement.
page, imagine that.
Yeah.
Tune in, folks.
Yeah. A couple of the movies they were talking about. Everybody's gonna love this. The Big Lebowski sequel
Oh,
called
yeah.
The Jesus Rolls is gonna be
Oh
coming
yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
out.
Oh yeah.
And
You don't understand what the fuck you're talking about, Donnie.
Right. Don't pee on your rug, man.
yeah. What's the name of that guy? He's in it.
Which one?
John.
Goodman?
No, not good. The other guy we were talking about.
Turo.
Turo. I never can get his name.
Yeah.
But
Guy who plays Jesus.
yeah, and they got clips of that on our site now. So
Now, did it say
Yeah.
is John Goodman and Jeff Bridges? Is it Jeff Bridges?
no, I didn't say anything about those two.
Yes.
I didn't think, but it said
I would imagine.
John was going to be.
Steve Buscemi. I hope they're all back
Yeah.
for it. That'd be amazing.
I can't imagine not.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, you think they'd make an appearance in there?
Or
or
at least a
something,
cameo. Yeah.
You'd think.
I mean, because the big bowling thing was Jesus and the dude.
Yeah,
So, and
Oh,
John
yeah.
Goodman.
yeah.
But
He's
anyway,
in,
that's
he's in everything,
exciting.
man. He's in so much stuff. Surely
That's
he'll-
kind of interesting. This one's even more wild. Pee Wee Herman is going to do a reboot movie, a very dark one about him being an alcoholic and going to a mental hospital for drugs and things like that, like a dark twist of Pee Wee Herman and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
kind of
Behind
being
the
the character he
scenes
played
type
in
of
Cheech
thing.
and Chong's.
Yeah, but it seems like it's a
That
little
wasn't
more
so
evil
dark
or
as much as
something.
like a good time type of guy.
Yeah.
This is going to be more.
Hamburger train.
I was so upset last
That's
year
weird.
when he didn't come to fucking Horror Hound because I was gonna have him sign that on my poster.
Oh, Hamburger Train?
So he was supposed to be there and
Yeah.
he didn't show?
He
Which-
had to cancel.
Which
No.
Primus wrote a song called Hamburger Train.
Well, it's not really a song; it's a composition.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Man.
fair enough.
But yeah, look for that.
Mozart
That's
over there.
kind of
That'd be interesting.
I fucking
Yeah.
love.
Yeah,
I
but-
fucking love Primus, and I fucking love that record, man.
And you like Pee Wee Herman.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
but
I'm a Pee Wee fan.
as far as Pee Wee goes, also, I mean, kudos going back years ago. If anybody didn't know
Yeah.
this is where Rob Zombie got his start in the business.
That's
Yeah.
true.
He was,
Pee Wee's Playhouse.
yeah,
I
yeah.
still watch it on
Pee-wee's
the
Playhouse.
IFC channel.
Yeah, I had the DVD box set. Watched it with my kids. I can still watch Pee Wee's Big Adventure,
Love
all
it.
those shows. But
that
Rob
was
Zombie,
directed by Tim Burton.
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
Oh, wow.
Big Adventure.
Yep.
yes, Tim
Well,
Burton did
absolutely.
that was his first musical.
Tina's a big fan of that show. All the stuff. And just name some of the people that were on the show. You guys will flip out if you don't
Yeah,
remember.
dude, yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne, Phil Hartman.
Yep.
I can't remember the guy who plays John B because it's a weird name. but-
Zombie. Oh no, I know. Because Tool has a song called Zombie.
Of course.
Slightly influenced by that, but what's that guy's name? I can't remember either. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
He did a lot
We
of
didn't
stuff,
look that
though.
up. But
There you
anyway, yeah, Rob Zombie. He did the
Nice
character
Carrot, cherry.
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 He was a prop manager.
Yeah, he was,
I mean,
art
It's amazing how many
Art
people are
production.
involved with this.
Art production, yes.
Yeah, it
If-
was huge.
If you look at it, you'll see his name in the credits. He went by his real name of Robert Cummings
Yep.
back
Right.
then.
Before he was Rob Zombie.
Man,
Yep.
there must have been something in the water when people were making that Pee Wee Herman show.
Well, it's Pee Wee
Telling you,
Herman.
man.
I mean,
Paul Rubin, he was huge.
I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of people involved
Have
with
any
that.
of you ever seen that PSA he did against acid?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I remember. But well, I mean, look at his character in Blow. I mean,
Yeah,
so-
I forgot about that. Gee whiz.
it's a good
Yeah,
role.
he-
Yeah, he did good.
He did a real good job.
He was in a couple Cheech and Chong movies.
Yes.
Yeah, Paul Rubin's
Not
cool.
bad.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, a
Interesting.
dark Pee Wee.
Dark Pee Wee.
No pun
And
intended.
that's nothing to do with Kyle.
Okay.
Dark Pee-wee.
That's like the fourth time I've caught myself this week. Breaks.
All right, talking about, we were laughing to this because I'm kind of an 80s alternative junkie. We talked about Pet Shop Boys last week, but
Yeah.
the Psychedelic Furs are going to put in an album, their first album in 29 years.
Man.
Man.
Insane.
They got a single called Don't Believe, and the producer Guns N' Roses, the last couple albums, are going to produce their album.
Really?
Lord, I hope it's better than Chinese democracy.
I know.
Hey, that was a good record, man.
There were good
You
things
think?
on that record.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hated it when it came
it's
out.
subjective, okay.
But I went into it again years
Okay.
later with an open mind, and it's
Yeah.
a good GNR
Better-
record. Well,
Alright.
it's a good
better-
Axl Rose solo record.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
really,
say that.
I would say
Better
that.
is a very good song.
There we go.
And Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, there's good tracks on it. But
Hey,
anyway,
man, I'm looking forward to the psychedelic first.
Absolutely.
I'm a fan. I mean,
I'll give it a spin for
So
sure.
check that out. Now we got a whole bunch of really cool things that they released. We put all this stuff on our page. If you guys aren't following our page, let me come over and smack you with a baseball bat.
You are
I mean,
square.
Really?
Square.
Give me your address. I'll come over personally because I'm telling you, if you're into music at all and you don't follow, because I have no life and I'm on this. These guys make fun of me that I'm on that fucking page all day long posting too much stuff. They tell me I post too much stuff.
No, it's not
So-
that. It's just that he gets on to us for not posting anything, but we can't post anything because when we get ready to post something, guess who's already posted it?
Hey, you snooze, you lose, motherfuckers.
I'm just saying.
Even if I try to
I
post
work-
something at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's already
Yes.
on there.
I work night
I-
shift. I
I
think, okay, 6:30 in the morning. Maybe Mike's not on there yet. Kyle.
I get so excited when I find shit, and then I look on the page.
It's 2
and I'm
days
like,
later. I'm always sitting there like, gosh, motherfucker, I posted that 2 days ago. You know.
I let you know before I post it.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, he sends it to our chat group. And
I am not joking, man. I get stuff on there before Rolling Stones, Spin, any of those people because I'm just on there to way too
To the
much.
tune of ignoring his
Yeah.
wife.
No, what's great about it is, man, I mean, it's all right
Hey,
there on
true.
one page, all together in one spot. You
Yep.
don't have to go to multiple different pages.
Mhm.
Just go to Imagine That, and you will find it all.
Yeah,
Just scroll down in one place, and it's there.
I'm proud of that.
What's funny to me is like Kyle will try, like we have a group chat that we all do. You know, it's just specific to
Four
us.
of us.
And Kyle,
The
he'll
five of
he'll
us.
put something on there like he thinks he found something rare or whatever, and we'll all be like, "Yeah, Mike put that on there 3 hours ago," or "Mike put that on there 6 hours ago." Yeah, it's just kind of an inside joke we have. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny. So
Well,
Oh, it's
still,
great, man.
His efforts are very appreciated.
Yeah, it's
hey,
great.
Hey, you know,
Absolutely.
if
We
you're
love
a
it.
music fanatic like me, you'll be loving it. So.
oh yeah, it's great, man.
Some other new stuff that's coming out. You know, you got a New Testament album come out.
Yes.
Heck yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And
The
check
last
out.
several Testament albums have been fucking great.
Absolutely. And if you haven't heard the new song, you are a fan of Testament, it is on the page.
Yeah.
Go check it out. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. It's
awesome.
pretty
great
impressive.
for metal fans.
I love Testament.
We have a new Incubus that's out.
Sweet. We'll
Sorry.
see, man. We'll see.
What the hell's that?
We'll
Sorry.
see.
I didn't think it sounded that bad. It's
Okay.
on the site too.
I love the early Incubus stuff.
There's a
They
reason
kind
I like
of fizzle out, but
Oh, maybe I should have said this one instead. Lamb of God has a new song coming out. So get
Yeah.
out now.
that's
Yeah.
a little more Scott
Yeah,
style.
I figured.
I'm excited about
Yeah,
that.
he got excited there. He got a little stiffy.
Yeah,
Well,
and their ex on
Little.
live.
Little.
Little.
Anyway, yes, but Mark Morton from Lamb of God announced that he couldn't be more excited about the record. Said it's fucking killer, and I have no
No.
doubt.
Who's drumming?
There's a guy named oh god, what the Cruz?
I'm just wondering. What
Tom
happened
Cruise?
to-
No, not Tom Cruise. His last name's Cruz. He came from another metal band.
Ted Cruz?
Okay.
Last
I just
year,
wonder what happened to Adler.
Last year when they were here with Slayer,
Yep.
it was him playing an Adler spot, and I didn't even notice because he's so good.
Yeah.
Until I looked at the screen and was like, "Shit, that's not Adler." But,
Right.
Adler moved on. He's doing some kind of project with a few other famous musicians and
Okay.
stuff like that. Still don't know the details of why he's not in Lamb of God yet anymore.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, the
Maybe
dude
more news
replaced
coming.
him
The catalyst of him
was the
kind of
motorcycle
being
accident.
gone was that a motorcycle.
The
wreck.
motorcycle accident. Anyway, the guy that took his place is just as good. He's phenomenal. I can't
Kind of
remember
like a
his first
Slipknot type of thing.
name. Right, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Anyway, so we got some log coming.
And how about Seven Dust?
Absolutely. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, we're excited about
Seven
that.
Dust
man.
has a new one.
Love that band.
They're saying it's a combination of Animosity and they're raving about this
Which are
album.
both
Oh,
great
yeah, man.
records. Which are
Yeah.
both great records.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, I feel like that's a band that's always kind of been on the verge of, they're kind of underground, but,
Yeah,
you know, just right there breaking through.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will be the album that gets them up on the mainstream.
Great live, too.
There's also Black Dahlia Murder coming out.
Yeah, it's a big
And then
metal
the
band.
Gorillaz have something new out. This is kind of interesting. They're doing like a cartoon with their music. So it's not just a CD music. It's like a mixture with video and everything. So it's something new they're trying to do. It's kind of interesting. So,
Groovy.
and of course, I was thinking of you. The Go-Go's have something new coming out.
I'm excited.
Oh, man.
Ain't gonna lie. I definitely. That's Belinda
Hey,
Carlisle.
Belinda
and everybody,
Carlisle,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm game. I'll listen to it.
Those are
That drummer,
Like-
she's a crazy little
Oh, yeah.
dominatrix chick.
Yes.
Yeah?
no.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, man.
that's the bass guitarist.
Listen, Kyle's all over this. Kyle's
Um,
like, oh, yeah.
Can't remember her name. Not the drummer, guitarist.
Susie.
Come on,
Is that right?
man. You were
What?
Susie? Is that right?
just 2 hours ago. You were spanking it to this. Don't act like you don't know. Come on.
He's like, oh, it'll go.
Look at him.
It's his go juice.
He'll think of it when he gets back from the bathroom.
all five of them are still very hot.
They are actually. That picture is on our thing talking about it, and for their age, they look really
Yeah.
good.
Oh man, so we'll be looking forward to all those.
But anyway, the Go-Go's. I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah.
They were,
All right.
they were a lot of fun back in the day.
Jane Whedon.
Jane, that's
There
it.
it is.
Yeah. Jared, I
There
knew he'd
it
come up with
is.
it.
No, you knew.
She was the one with the short dark hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You knew he
All
wouldn't
right.
forget about
Fucking
that.
sexy as
You
hell.
knew he wasn't going to forget about that.
I know.
He had to.
Yeah. God, you're corny.
Hey man, you know, my nickname wasn't Corn back in the day for nothing.
Oh
Well,
man.
that's a whole different story.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't give you shit about what he was saying to you earlier.
That right?
You know, he was like going,
Bill, you look so cute with that ponytail. I'm just gonna grab it from you behind and go to town on you.
Yeah.
you're like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my
That he was
god.
talking about him being on his knees.
Oh,
and just
no.
started-
Oh
Yeah.
man, it was just yeah.
We can't say any more than that, or we'll get. We were kind of laughing because
Ouch.
we got we got to laugh about this, but apparently we were so dirty that YouTube took our videos down this week, and we were just.
But they're back.
Yeah.
Follow the rules.
Yeah, they're back up, but
They're
I
back.
mean, we were just like,
We didn't conform.
we were like, damn it, Kyle, it's all your fault. You know, we always blame it on Kyle. So.
Yeah. I mean,
It
it's
would probably be between me and Scott.
I don't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Not at all.
You're like,
goes back to the whole
anything wrong?
Cupcake.
hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil picture
there's
that we
this one.
had.
I'm sweet and innocent.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, well, that's good. That's the stories for the week. You can follow on our page and read them, and try to educate yourself musically. I'm telling you, there's some good ones.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Now, I'm gonna go into some of the concerts they announced this week, so you guys can keep up to date. I'm telling you, 2020, I think is gonna be one of the best years for concerts.
It's
You got it,
insane.
dude. You got it.
It's just incredible. But these are some of the new ones we've never discussed yet. August 15th, you got Sammy Hagar, White Snake, and Night Ranger.
Gonna be a good
Cool.
show.
That's a
Deer
new
Creek.
one that was just announced.
Just announced.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really cool show. May 2nd, you got Jim Jeffries at Clues Hall. That's kinda
Great
interesting.
comedian.
Great comedian. Yeah.
June 5th, you got Thomas Rhett. He's a country guy at Deer Creek. I guess he's got a pretty good following, actually.
Oh, he's playing Deer Creek. Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This seemed to get a lot of buzz from everybody. You posted and made comments about the August 23rd is Disturbed, Stained concert
And
at
Bad Wolves.
Bad Wolf at Deer Creek.
That's good. Yeah, that'll be great. Isn't that like a Disturbed doing their?
Yeah,
20th
first
anniversary.
album.
Yeah, 20th anniversary of the Sickness.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's going to be a good show.
Yeah, no shit.
They were at every like Ozfest, every
Mayhem.
X Fest,
Mayhem.
Mayhem
Yeah.
back in the day. And
Yeah.
just
And they did it-
phenomenal.
But I'll be
they did
honest with you.
X-Fest the same year as STP, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were on the second stage with
What was you
Kitty.
gonna say?
I'll be honest with you. I'm more excited to see Stained than I am
Oh yeah.
anybody
Dude,
else.
Stain. Aaron Lewis with Stain. They're
Stained hadn't toured as a band in years either.
Yeah,
So-
really, because he's always been doing his country stuff. So
yeah, very well-rounded musicians, and I forget how much I love those Disturbed songs
Yeah, they're
until I
phenomenal.
go back and hear them again.
Oh, my.
I'm looking forward to that.
yeah.
So
You know their lyrics are,
yeah, I've
Mama.
seen that.
Mama,
I've seen
mama.
that. That's a
but they're
it's a
still
comedy
good.
thing if you haven't seen that.
That-
It's
that-
a-
that- it is. It's yeah. It's fun.
Oh, my
Anyway,
God.
yeah.
it's been a
I
while.
gotta stop. I was gonna say something. I'm just gonna get banned again.
Probably. Don't
Uh,
say anything about a banana.
Yeah, no. Man, we just have this
I know.
very bad connection of really dirty stuff.
I'm out
gotta
of it.
find
I
a
don't
way
know
to
what
get
they're
it to
talking
the
about.
test.
Bill, are you trying to be a gynecologist? What was that?
Well, no, that'd be. I mean,
Well,
Fucking timeout.
time out, man. I tell you my favorite song,
Also-
Stink Fist. Oh. It's a Tool song.
He'd have to bring. He gets Tool in there somehow.
We're moving on.
hammer.
This has not been announced, but I also have some inside sources saying that Dokken and George Lynch are going to be coming. So keep your eyes out for that. That would be really cool to see
Them back together.
them back together again.
I'm
They've been
a
back
big
Not
Dokken
with George
fan.
Lynch in a while.
I'm a big Dokken fan, so I met Don Dokken years ago.
Oh,
Cool,
yeah.
cool guy. Down to earth. When he did his solo album called Up from the Ashes, I think. Trickster opened up. Anyway,
I love their stuff. Back when we had cassette tapes and,
Oh, yes.
and stuff, they were just
Under Lock and Key and Back to the Attack are still two amazing
even
records.
George Lynch's Lynch Mob
Yep.
was really
Dream
good.
Warriors.
Dream Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, check that
Um,
out. Yeah, good call,
and-
Eric.
Here's a couple of kind of more local shows. This kind of surprised me. April 6th, Juicy J of 3-6 Mafia is going to be playing at Werther Arena in Muncie.
Hey, there you
So
go.
if you're a rapper and you like 3-6 Mafia, I mean, there's a lot
Love
of people
3-6
do.
Mafia.
There's a lot of people do.
Oh, dude, they were a big deal.
And he
In
may do
hip-hop.
some songs from a Hustle and Flow soundtrack.
Oh,
They were Grammy winners.
You never
for
know.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a big
Juicy J
deal,
always turns
dude.
out Juicy J.
Muncie, man, coming out.
Which is a soundtrack we should have said that
Yeah.
one week. But anyway,
And I want to give some props to kind of local guys in Muncie. On March 21st, they got a Mason Metal Fest. So if you're into the heavy metal music, which I know a lot of the guys are kind of into some of the local heavy metal stuff,
Oh yeah.
they're having a metal fest, Mason Metal Fest, on March 21st. There's going to be 9 bands.
Cool.
And a lot of the money goes to Down syndrome for
Mhm.
and kids and things. So it's a good cause.
bravo.
It's like from noon until midnight, all day show in Muncie. It's on our website. You can check that out. It's only like $8.
Oh yeah.
So I
sweet.
mean, it's a good cause, and
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know, if
That'd
you
be
wanna,
fun.
You want to go?
You know,
rock out.
I'm going to give a shout out even deeper on that to just Muncie musicians, period, because this Mason Metal Fest, they're giving money to Down syndrome. Again, repeating, Void Kings giving money to the Australian
Yep.
fires. To the, I mean, that's great, guys, all of you. Kudos.
Heck
And
yeah.
Void King is going to be playing at the Melody Inn Tuesday.
Yes.
So they're doing a show up there in Indianapolis at the Melody Inn. If you want to check them out with a couple other bands.
That's
Yeah.
cool little place to see bands too. Suture used to play there all the
Yeah,
time.
it's a cool place.
Oh yeah.
They do a lot of stuff there that they don't get recognition for.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, Muncie's got a great local scene for sure.
always has. That's why we always played Muncie.
yeah.
We always had good bands to play with.
Yeah, that Metal Fest will be great, and Void
Yep.
King there, man, that's special.
I mean, I've been playing shows with Jason Kendrick since 1993.
Yeah,
So-
I hate that's on a Tuesday, man. And my Tuesdays are wrapped in work, but
Yeah, if you can make it up there, I mean, it'd probably be a good little scene.
I'll
so.
guarantee it. Guarantee it.
All right, that's kind of the new concerts for the week. We haven't talked anything about movies for a little while, so I was just going to rattle off some of the movies if you guys want to go take a date out or something. But there's some really good ones. You got the Bad Boys movie.
That Boys
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
that's,
My cousin Mark said
pretty
that he
hot.
loved that movie. So
Sure.
thanks
it's
for
great.
that, Mark,
This-
last week.
This Doolittle movie looks pretty cool. What's his name? Iron Man.
Like the bear.
Good.
Downey
Iron Man.
Jr.
What?
There we go.
Cuba
Thank
Gooding
you.
Jr. Did I say that wrong?
Cuba Gooding.
Yeah.
Did I? What I say?
Cuba is
He's
good
Cuba
Junior.
Junior, but that's Robert Downey Jr.
That's Downey Junior.
I was thinking of Don
Oh.
Cheadle, the other Iron
Oh,
Man. Never
man.
mind.
Oh man.
Hey, Cuba Gooding
Cuba's-
Jr.'s good too.
Yeah.
Cuban's good with Junior.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
More or less.
I hate you.
Oh my god.
What? Isn't that what you said? That's what Kyle
You
said.
didn't hate him earlier.
Oh, here's some good horror movies apparently coming out for you guys. That
Okay, here we go.
The
Here.
Turning.
The
You know,
Turning.
that's something out.
Turning.
The Gretzel and Hansel thing. That's in the
Say
horror
Hansel
one.
and
Gretel.
It's
No,
good.
it's
No,
backwards.
it's Gretel.
It's Gretel and
Gretel.
Hansel.
That's
Okay.
weird,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Weird.
That'd be all right.
And I really want to see this one, The Gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of people in that. It's a little gangsterish kind of movie. So.
And in the future, we'll talk about. There's a lot more horror coming too. There's The Boy 2, Conjuring 3,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. There's a bunch coming, which is fantastic for
Yeah.
my life.
The horror genre.
All right. now, like we do every week, we usually do a top 10 list of some sort.
And beat the hell out of Kyle.
Yeah, no shit. We're like, Kyle, where the hell did you get that shit? We just don't know where you pulled it out.
I don't have to pay the S&M girls anything anymore.
Wow. He said
Here we
something
go.
earlier to me about paying. Well, never
I
mind.
know. Well, that's G-rated than what he usually says.
We can't talk about that on the show.
No, we can't.
So basically, this week we did the top 10 worst bands of all time.
Or overrated.
Overrated or ones that just suck.
Suck.
Everything we do is subject.
And it's
It's
this is
subjective.
our opinions.
Subjective.
But we're
Except for
usually
my
right.
number 10.
And they're not.
Well.
He doesn't. Not submissive. Kyle.
Subjective.
Subjective.
CA subjective.
Good job, man. Good job.
I like how you did that.
Contradict the verb.
What he said? He's got a
He
dick.
said contradict the verb.
I thought he said I got
Contradict the verb.
a dick and a bird.
He was talking
Oh,
about
man.
some.
I would never.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so
Yeah, look, he's got his
Top-
list
top-
out.
He's like foaming to the mouth over
top
here to tell
10,
us his
top 10 shitty ass
bands.
fucking bands. Here we go.
Shitty bands,
Kyle's
yeah.
first.
Let's hear it.
Nickelback at number 10.
Of course.
It's on everybody's
Those
list.
motherfuckers-
Bless
those
their
motherfuckers-
souls.
Shut up, Bill.
Bless their
Those
souls.
motherfuckers profited off 9/11. Their shit was played on MTV right after 9/11 constantly.
I know.
They're fucking horrible. I
Those
hate them.
poor
No,
whores.
number
People hate
9,
'em.
Poison.
Oh man, come on.
Oh, dude.
CC DeVille, best worst guitarist.
Best worst
Yeah.
guitarist.
Did that
Yeah.
make sense? No.
Okay.
I don't know.
Number 8,
Subjective, folks.
Maroon 5. I think we all need Maroon 5.
Subjective.
Number 7. I'm probably the only one with the guts to say this, but since he died, you guys aren't gonna have the guts. Linkin Park, they fucking suck. I don't care.
Subjective, folks. Subjective.
I'm laughing. This
Number
I like
six.
Linkin Park.
Number
Yeah,
6.
I'm a fan of Linkin Park.
God damn it, Bill. God.
I'm just carry on.
That's a
number
band?
6.
Goddamn
I
it.
hate that band. God damn it,
That's
Bill.
my favorite band. Goddamn it, Bill.
Number 6.
There'll be a band out next week called that. You wait and see.
Now he has said 666, so
He about
Number
choked
6.
me up.
Number Papa Roach.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy.
They're
That's
the most
subjective.
emo bitch pussies I've ever seen.
That's my second favorite band. Emo Bitch Pussies.
Eric and I saw them last week.
Yeah.
Number
why Eric
5.
wasn't
We're
here.
at the Town Tavern.
Number
Eric had
5.
such a good time.
Shut up, Eric! Goddamn.
Come on.
I hate this band so much that they wake me up in the morning. You can set Spotify to play certain songs.
yeah.
Blues Traveler. I hate them so much.
John
I just
Popper, I
wake up
love
to
you,
that
man.
stupid ass song every morning.
And what you did for the marijuana movement. Thank
And the
you.
hair-
Shut up!
Oh, the harmonica he meant.
What you did for the harmonica movement. Thank you.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Kasha Cuckoo at number 4.
I don't know who that is.
Why would you
touch-
even say them?
Yeah, they suck.
Who?
The
guys that did Too Shy in the 80s?
Yeah.
Hush. Bye bye.
Oh God, I didn't know who that was.
Okay, number 3, Rancid.
Oh come on, man!
Shut up, Mike.
God, Rancid really.
Reggae and punk don't mix, and it's post-punk.
Somebody's about to get body slammed.
Oh my God!
Number 2,
I'm gonna throat
Number
punch him in a
2.
second.
Hanson.
That's not a band.
I mean,
Yeah, I had
Well,
that on my list too.
Yeah, whatever. Number 1, Milli Vanilli.
That was
Now watch me not talk and respect you motherfuckers. Except for Bill. I'm gonna be quote
hey, Bill don't have much of a list here, so you're fine.
here in a second.
Bill don't have much of a list. I actually forgot to even bring mine, so you're fine.
You love
You
to hear
can.
yourself talk, motherfucker.
I,
His first,
Eric, you got anybody to throw out? Go ahead. No.
No,
Say Tool. Just
Eric
say Tool.
don't even want to. say Tool.
'cause I like
Say
Tool.
Tool. Yeah, you can.
Green Jello. I forgot.
We're
to
gonna
say
see. We're
green
gonna see
Jell-O.
like a fight. All of a sudden,
You know, I thought that in my mind. I was like, this week, because this is so subjective. Like, do you want to say like less talented, or I mean, how do you do this? Like,
I mean, I would.
I mean,
Rancid. I think they're good. I mean, I would.
Rancid is a phenomenal
Well, you heard
punk
that shit
band.
Oh, whatever.
Again, it's subjective.
You know,
It's just
whatever.
like-
Yeah,
our
it's all
personal
subjective. You know, and actually, I even hate to say this, man, but I agree with Kyle, because any band that have been caught lip singing,
Well, that,
you
yeah,
know, being fake.
they should not be considered a band.
No, so I'll agree with Milli Vanilli.
They had to give back their awards and everything.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know, horrible, sad story with the guy. You know, the guy, he got all depressed and committed suicide over all this stuff. But it's just like, if that's what you're gonna do, you're gonna be a fake and a phony. Then you know, accept it for what it is.
Well, and they've been blackballed the rest of their life. I mean, everybody.
Yeah.
We always joke about Milli Vanilli.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
yeah, of course
so-
we do.
Shut
You
up.
know,
But
yeah.
the songs were good though. The songs were good.
Yeah, but it just wasn't them singing it.
Yeah, okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I don't even have a top 10 list. I just, like I said, man, I don't even remember that girl's name who sang that Friday song.
Oh God, I know
That
who you're
girl,
talking about.
yeah, that was awful, man. So you know, she was on my list.
Oh.
I can't remember her name, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Rebecca Black.
Rebecca Black, yeah, that was terrible.
Black.
Black.
Not black.
The Simpson girl that got caught on Saturday Night Live, that was horrible.
Jessica.
Jessica Simpson.
Ashley.
Ashley Simpson, okay, not yet.
They're both bad.
Britney Spears, she got caught so many times lip singing. It was
Doing
all
what?
like radio produced. You know, she was just a pretty face that was created.
Han Solo in here.
Let's see. Okay, here's a good one that a lot of people might not see
Sounds
coming.
on his solo.
A 90s band called the Rugburns. They were a one-hit wonder. Should have been on my one-hit wonder list. They had a song called Me and Eddie Vedder. It was a cool, funny radio hit song. I bought the album with high expectations. It was freaking awful, man. It was like, talk about
Crazy Town. That's a good band.
No.
yeah. Eric threw out another good 90s, Crazy Town.
Butterfly
Sharon-
was a good song.
Sharon kicked them off of Ozfest because they were too tripped
That
out
was-
on acid.
That was the best right now song they've done.
Let's see, what was my crap? I had some more, and I'll just say like my last two, and these are bands that it's funny because they kind of thrive on sucking. You know, one of them I'll say, Mindless Self-Indulgence, and I say this with a heavy heart. They opened up for Korn one year, and I saw them, and it was hilarious. I thought they were a joke band. But several years later, our friend Kenny had brought an album over to my house and started playing it for me. And I was like, man, these guys sound familiar. I found out it was this band, Mindless Self-Indulgence. They had a song called We Suck.
Mm-hmm.
And they got people chanting that. So they kind of thrived on it. And then I got to go with my dear friends, Green Jello. That just because it's a comedic thing, it's not to be taken seriously. They've got a couple really good songs, but their theme song is Green Jello Sucks. They've got a song with Hulk Hogan called The Leader of the Gang. Listen to that song, and if you don't think that song sucks, then I don't think you need to be judging music. So I say that, like I said, my Jello brothers know I love them, and Bill would sit right next to me and agree with me that those songs suck. You know, bands that pour their heart and their soul into their music, I just can't sit here and say that they suck. So I got to take it lightheartedly. And yeah, you know, it's comedy to me. I can't say serious bands like Poison. I can't believe you said Poison.
I can't either.
I actually went to see Poison in concert.
I've
back
seen
in
them
the
like
day.
Yeah, man,
17
great
times.
band. Rancid. Ah.
I mean,
And I don't hear it.
Reggae and punk don't mix.
Where's reggae and rancid?
yeah, it's punk rock, man. They're like one of the.
That puss punk shit doesn't work for me. You
Yeah.
can't be pussies if you're punk.
I could just see him
Kinda.
like walking down the street and like Fred Marlowe come up and just punch him in the
Right.
face.
Yeah, or something
Yes.
like that. Be like, you like
I know the
Exploited?
Marlowe brothers.
You like
I can
Exploited?
look that up.
Dead Kennedys?
I love the Dead Kennedys. I don't
Yeah.
consider
Me
them
too. JFK was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you guys
Too
take
soon?
it over.
Oh, God, it's been like 50
Oh,
years. Anyway.
All right, you want to do yours or anything?
Sure.
No.
Let's see how many I get yelled at for. All right, as usual, no order till number one. I gotta take my diva glasses off for this. Okay, first on my list, ridicule me, bitch me out, I don't care. Bob fucking Dylan.
Ah,
Fuck him.
I actually had him on my list too.
Listen, an amazing
Yeah.
songwriter. I give him that. An amazing songwriter. When his songs are done by other people, they're awesome. But him, he sucks. Sorry.
I had him on my list too. I thought the same exact thing. I mean,
Okay.
he's just a horrible singer.
Next on my list is Gigi Allen.
I was gonna say him, and listen. Go ahead, man. Say what you want to say about him. Don't
Well,
look him up.
First of all, he's
Don't.
not a musician whatsoever. He's not a
Not at all.
lyricist. Anybody that will punch their fans and pee on them and throw
Shit.
excrement on them, that's not a musician.
To me, Gigi Allen's one of those things like telling the story and listening to the story from the outside looking in. Punk fans, they want to say, "Oh yeah, I'm a Gigi Allen fan," just to look like they're edgy or
Shock
whatever.
value stuff.
But to be there when it was happening, no.
No,
I would not have
punched-
wanted to
I
been
would have
there.
punched him back a lot.
Yeah, I would not have wanted to been. Mm-mm.
But I can say he did have guts for being naked,
He did.
considering that he had a micro penis.
Yes, he did. It was very, very
Yeah,
tiny.
Of course, that's what he would notice.
Right.
Forget
but-
you ever even heard that name. Do not look into that.
No, don't waste your time.
That should be number one on everybody's list.
Next on my list, I might get more shit for the White Stripes. Cannot stand them.
I like them.
I can't stand them. I think Jack is very untalented, just my opinion. Meg,
That's an opinion.
She's got some talent. But like I said, it's all an opinion.
See, I
Me
thought
or
she
Sarah.
was lesser talented than him, and he liked it that way for the White Stripes.
Well, you know.
And then he started the Racketeers. And
And I like the Racketeers, though.
but that's Jack White.
I know. I don't like the White Stripes. Instead, I
What?
like Jack White.
Ah!
See, it's all opinion. Anyway,
I'm not a big fan
it
of
is.
Racketeers, but I like White
That's
Stripes.
me. That's
Next-
me. See, that's
Next
me.
on my list, I don't think anybody in the internet world will know who this is other than maybe Kyle. It's a band that was in the 80s, and they were called Zodiac Mind Warp.
No idea.
It's like a
remember
White
the
Zombie
name.
album.
I remember the name.
It's actually a longer title. It's actually Zodiac Mind Warp and the Time Removal Machine.
Okay.
But don't waste your
Good
time on
lord.
that either. I thought they were going to be like White Zombie. They kind of looked like that, like the goggles,
All right,
jacked
so
up
they
hair.
had that.
Terrible. Don't look them up. And I got to say, also, I agree with Eric that another one of my least favorite bands is I forgot. God damn it, Bill. They're terrible. They're terrible.
No, that's my favorite band.
No, his favorite band. Kyle said, "God damn it, Bill,"
I swear to God, we're gonna get shirts made up next week and say, "God damn it, Bill."
and ones that says, "Shut up, Kyle."
Yeah.
Watch this. God damn it, Bill. I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time.
He's been in the bathroom.
You're gonna
Oh
take
my
a
God.
on the show. You do
That was a
every goddamn
perfect
week.
time.
So he's gonna miss the rest of my
God
list.
damn it, Bill.
No, you know what it was? I think he got hard on when we started talking about it so much they had to run to the bathroom.
Maybe.
Yeah, you let him talk about green jello too much, man. You
Yeah,
got
so-
a
Or
stiffy.
Tool.
Next on my list, and I'll explain this in a second once I say the Sex Pistols. Absolutely horrible band. Sid Vicious was amazing. I love Sid. What he stood for, what he did for punk movement was amazing. But the band itself was horrible. They couldn't play their instruments worth of shit, including Sid especially. I mean, did they influence a lot of stuff? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I'll give you. Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying there, I guess.
But to me, they're horrible. And that's from being in a punk band even. But anyway, next will be UFO.
Oh, goddamn you!
No, it's goddamn it, Bill. Get it right.
How can you not like UFO?
Don't like UFO. I don't get it. I don't follow. I've tried. Because of Eddie Trunk, because of Kirk Windstein from Crowbar, I've tried. I cannot do it. I think they're horrible.
The Monk's an excellent lyric.
Yeah. Anyway, next on my list is Dragon Force. Bill just moaned something from the bathroom.
That's funny.
Now,
That was fucking funny.
Oh no,
Now-
you didn't.
now being a musician, I do not deny they are amazing musicians. Them guitar players are fucking retarded. Excuse me, I'm not supposed to use that language. Those guitar players are phenomenal. I saw them live and I threw shit
I did
at them and
too.
begged them to get off the stage.
I saw him live and enjoyed it.
I
thought it was
I
cool.
seen it. I enjoyed it.
I actually walked out of the pavilion and went and got a beer and was like, I called my
There you
wife
go.
at the
He went and
time.
got a beer.
Imagine
See?
that. Hey,
That's
Uh, but I called my wife at the time and I was like, can you hear this shit behind me? And she's like, what is that? I was like, that's called Dragon Balls.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
I enjoyed that band.
next on my list, and this is why I laughed earlier so hard when you said this, Incubus.
Oh,
Shame
wait,
on
really,
you.
man.
Cannot stand them.
Shame on you, dude.
I had to suffer
They're
through that
great.
shit at Ozfest 3 years in a row.
Why would they at Ozfest?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's weird. They don't belong at Ozfest. They're not a
Exactly.
metal band.
They were there like 3 years in a row. Because
Man, I
Jack's
saw-
a big fan. Jack's a big fan.
Okay, that's why. But I seen them live, and they were one of those bands. I didn't realize how many of their songs I knew.
Well,
Play a lot of them already.
Brandon Boyd, phenomenal frontman.
he's a good front
Artist, great artist.
man.
Yeah, shame on you for that.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna pick
Go ahead.
something that pushes the envelope on that.
Right.
Next on my list is Mastodon.
Oh, goddamn you.
Cannot stand them. They're terrible. Again, another band I seen, I booed, threw shit at, and begged them to get off stage so I could see Slayer.
That's a band I wanted to like.
I did too.
Still want to like.
Have you seen,
I won't say they suck.
Have you seen interviews with Brett Hines? How fucking stupid he is.
I haven't seen.
I'd
that,
like to
but-
smack the tattoos off his face and shove them up his piss hole. That's how dumb he is.
Okay.
Anyway,
Tell us how
Yeah.
you really feel.
no, I can't. I'll get in trouble.
Good answer.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, a lot of Tool fans, I'll say it, love Mastodon, and I wanted to again, like I said,
I did
but
too.
Now there's Mastodon songs I hate. Like, I'll never have to hear Her Girl again.
He's drinking a fifth of tequila, I believe. And my last on my list, and I'm gonna read it just like I wrote it.
Oh,
You can see this. The Goddamn Darkness.
Oh,
yeah,
I hate them too.
Fuck them pieces of shit. I would love to stick my foot so far up their ass I'd open their mouth to fucking tie my shoe. Again, I'm telling you how I really feel.
Oh man.
The Darkness. Fuck
I'm
Yeah, they
surprised
suck.
you.
I'm surprised
kinda
you didn't
go
say
with,
anal cunt to get a rise out of me.
I say who?
Anal cunt.
What
No, shit. No. That band doesn't exist. Goddamn
Oh,
Bill's
man.
bad enough.
Yeah.
And emo, what was it? Emo.
Emo.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Emo in general. I'll say
Emo.
one more just so I can get a rise out of the boss. Him.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need to shut the hell
Shame
up,
on
bro.
him.
I'll smack you right the hell
I'm
down.
just
shame
joking.
on
Well,
you.
I was waiting for you to say because when they were asking me earlier in the week, what top 10 list we gonna do? And I said, well, let's do the worst bands. I said, as long as Scott don't say fucking U2.
Right.
Because I was like waiting for you to go, U2. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking punch him in the throat if he says U2.
You too?
Yeah.
God damn it, Bill. Imagine Mike.
Uh,
The new Milli Vanilli.
yeah.
Hey.
Anyway, so that's my list. I could have put you two on it, but I didn't out of respect for you.
Now, I think, made the ultimate shitty band list, if nothing else. So.
Oh, I remember one other one I forgot that I wanted to say.
All right, Kyle.
This is kind of a shocker. I know. All right, Kyle. No, and this is only. I loved STP, man, and I loved Scott Weiland. But Scott Weiland with his latest band, The Wildabouts, was so freaking bad. Like, my best friend, he's been to more concerts than I have, Joe Griffin, went and saw them live and walked out of the show. It was so bad.
Wow.
Like, Scott Weiland he was a perfect case of somebody that had done too many
Too much
drugs. And it was just, it took me 6 months after he passed away before I finally watched any of those live videos. But when I finally did, I realized how bad it had gotten. So Scott Weiland with the Wildabouts, I will say that was some bad stuff.
Right, fair enough.
No, he's probably so jacked up on something. That was probably the end of the time.
Timing was off. They didn't do the concert as they advertised. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
Well, as you can see, I made a huge list of people I hated.
Wow.
I could have made a lot bigger list.
I could have too.
I usually go with them kind of quick, but for me to start out with one some people might smack me for, but you're saying Bob Dylan, Willie Nelson to me is horrible. I can't stand to listen to Willie Nelson.
Wow.
So
ouch.
It's probably just the voice.
That's
thing.
blasphemous.
yeah.
Better songwriter.
Great
yeah.
songwriter like
Absolutely.
Bob Dylan, but it's to me like Bob Dylan. He just I can't listen to him.
Man, I loved
Fair
Willie
enough,
when I
fair
saw
enough.
him live. I saw him with John Fogerty, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But you got to be in the mood. It's sad,
I'm
sappy music.
I'm not really that big into the old country kind of sound too much. It has to be somebody important that I grew up on or something, but I just couldn't never get into Willie Nelson.
So the Redheaded Stranger is not your favorite. Okay, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
But worst, man.
Now I know this will probably upset you
Ouch.
since you've become such great friends with James Taylor.
Ouch.
Is he
One of
actually
the
on your
greatest
list for real?
Yeah,
folk singers
I can't
ever.
argue that one. I hate him too.
Oh my gosh.
I hate him too.
I always
get up again.
I always loved Ozzy Osbourne had said it. He goes, if you're gonna sue me and take me to court for somebody killing themselves to listen to Ozzy Osbourne, he goes, and somebody sue James Taylor for growing up to be a pussy.
Oh
That-
no.
that-
And I always remember that
That's hilarious.
that quote from him saying that, and I was like, going, yeah.
There's that.
But yeah, I see James and Scott have become close friends here
Yeah, we
recently.
have.
You know they have.
And
Shit.
he's been threatening to drive to Newcastle and kick Scott's ass. So
Bring it on, old man.
yeah.
And Dave Mustaine.
Celine Dion.
Newcastle's got some.
Now I know this is another one of Kyle's favorite bands, the Bee Gees.
Oh, you serious? You don't like the Bee Gees?
No.
Kyle's eyes just rolled out of the entire house.
His eyes rolled back so far he checked out his own ass.
He did. It was insanity. It was insanity.
That's a good song.
Did I remember the time I walked into the record store and I was just at like Family Dollar and realized I walk to staying alive the way I walk.
I can see that.
Because they were playing it over the PA.
We got to film
And I
that
was
on
like-
video then.
Yeah.
or
We
something.
do need to film that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Bee
definitely.
Gees
And
for the
then you
disco
started playing
era
it in the store.
was huge.
They're just too disco. I'm
That's
not.
what they were.
That's
era,
what they
No,
were.
the Bee Gees didn't start out as disco. They started as like a folk band.
They
Well,
did.
yeah, that's true. But the
It's a
ones
good-
I know, I
good.
guess, like Saturday Night Fever and stuff, I just wasn't into it.
Fair enough.
Subjective, folks. It's
How about
subjective.
Sonny and Cher?
What?
No.
Dude, you're killing me right now.
You like Sonny singing?
Well, no, I like Cher.
Okay, well, it's Sonny
You
and
You
Cher,
could
not
have
just.
said Sonny Yoko.
Uh,
When they sang with Beavis, throw Beavis and Butthead in there. Come on, bro.
I like Cher, yeah.
Cher's okay, but Sonny and
Sonny,
Cher,
no.
she was just trying to help him out
Yeah.
since they're married, because who in the hell would let that
Yeah.
son
I
of a bitch
got
sing?
you, babe.
Sonny Bono was skipping, hitting some trees.
Yeah. What the last thing he
I
saw?
got Kyle to jack off
Yeah.
Scott.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
I did that on my own.
oh, he did that on his own.
All it took was a
Oh.
wheat penny.
Well, not another one. Not that she's really a music
Moving
artist
on.
very much, but Yoko Ono.
No, that's definitely
That was
agreeable.
that was on my list, man.
Yeah.
I forgot. I
That's
forgot my
definitely
list.
agreeable.
Experimental. Some people call it experimental.
Yeah.
I call it
What was it?
fucking
What was that?
sucking.
One person said, let me sing some Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's that bad.
I mean, she did put out records, so technically.
I'm so glad that her son moved on and is now working with Les
Both of them.
Claypool.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them got away from her.
Hell, they worked with
Oh.
Soulfly and all kinds of stuff.
Here's another one.
Yeah,
here.
Yoko
You
was
know you
bad.
have to agree with this one with me. We got to sing this one. You remember this one?
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm covering my ears.
Mm-hmm.
Crash test dummies. I knew it.
I love that damn song. That's
Oh my God!
It is so stupid.
Crash test dummies suck. Oh, that song was.
What do they call that tone?
Baritone.
Like baritone.
Or bass.
The 90s were so experimental, man. Like, kudos for them. for
Listen, you know what?
trying.
That dude, I don't know his name, but he always reminded me of Scott Wise when he had long hair. No offense, Scott, because you were a better singer. To me, he came out and tried to be Peter Steele from Typo Negative and failed miserably.
Oh, okay. That makes
man,
sense.
that doesn't. Yeah, that is.
Yeah. That was their only hit. One hit wonder.
Another artist, I just bring this up because Kyle's got a poster in his bedroom of Justin Bieber.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah.
And he's got Justin Bieber boxers on.
Every week, man. The whole way here, he's Justin Bieber, Justin Bieber.
I thought
Like, he's got news every week
know,
about
man.
Justin Bieber,
He's
Justin
like, I
Bieber.
love his I'm ready.
Would you shut your
Justin
cocksucker?
Bieber, Justin Bieber. I went to Kyle's house to try to console him last weekend, and oh my God, all night, Justin Bieber.
Oh man.
So, anyway.
And his cat.
And I was
Yeah.
laughing because I didn't
He
even
loves
have
his
her on
cat.
the list, but you started saying she sucks, and I was like, yeah, Paris Hilton.
Oh, dude,
Well.
awful,
There's that.
awful. Talk about a pop star that paid money to try to be famous.
I've
couldn't-
seen that
I
video.
couldn't resist that.
She does suck.
Yeah.
Oh, that greased Kyle's whistle.
Listen,
man.
dude.
How about
He's still excited about Justin Bieber.
something about
don't
somebody a
he?
little newer, Florida Georgia Line.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Man, they suck.
Jesus.
Never
Yeah.
one song about.
Don't.
Yeah, you don't
Don't,
want
yeah.
to. And I've said this on the show a million times, only because Tyler and his horrible taste in
I already
music.
know what you're going to say.
Steel Panther.
Ah.
Hate
Yeah.
Steel Panther.
You just don't get it.
There's better 80s cover.
If you don't like
satire
Poison, how do you like
bands.
Steel Panther?
He's
They're
got
making
one.
fun
The
of that
funniest ones
bullshit.
They are making fun of it, and they do it
I hope
well.
Nikki Sticks kicks their fucking ass on stage one time just so I can see it.
Well, you know,
You could probably give them hepatitis C.
that'd be Tommy.
I think Mick
Well,
Mars.
I'd
kicked
be
their ass
surprised
before
if
they
Mickey
kicked
doesn't
it.
have it either.
Good call.
I mean,
Good
dude,
call.
the guitarist though is a phenomenal guitar
Yeah.
player.
Central.
CC
It's all
DeVille's a good
subjective.
guitarist,
No,
I
he's
think.
not. He sucks.
Oh, see,
Subjective.
look at
How many Poison songs did you play?
it.
That's what I thought. Shut up.
Central was in fight with Rob Halford.
Yes, he was. And
Ooh,
yeah,
that's a good band. Yeah, there you go.
Well, you know,
Anyway, yeah.
how about this one then? Michael Bolton.
That reminds me of Office Space.
Michael Bolton, Office Space.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Uh,
Heck yeah.
these other ones are kind of a little older, but how about Color Me Bad?
Oh God.
Color Me Bad.
That's
I
horrible.
wanna sex you up. Why do I even know or remember
Exactly.
that? They were on Saturday Night Live.
You
That's
know,
why.
I gotta say something. There's been a lot of singing from us assholes tonight,
I know.
and it's been real bad.
I
so
know, man.
Real bad. Color Me
I knew
Bad,
this shit would
man.
happen, man.
We apologize.
Pun intended.
Yes.
Now this is the one I could
Here we go.
never freaking get.
Ever.
Pat Boone.
Well,
You remember he put that metal
Metal
album
album.
out?
I listened to that shit before I went in to listen to Metallica the last time they were.
No,
And that says it all right there. He listened to Pat Boone's metal album.
Yeah, dude, he's like out of his chair. He's throwing his book
I
down.
know, man.
See, we need that behind the scenes camera right
Yeah,
now.
me and Adam found a copy of that at Karma for like 99 cents.
Found.
Well,
And
Found.
we
99
had nothing else
cents.
to listen to, so we listened to that.
There are a lot of key words and phrases in this phrase right here.
I gotta admit though, back to the Prince. Pat and Ozzy are actually really good friends. They were neighbors at one point, and that's
Well,
what
isn't Pat
influenced.
Boone
And
dead?
you know what? Honestly, the guy is loaded. He has
Yeah,
made
absolutely.
tons of money off gospel and all that
Yeah.
stuff. When he put that metal album out, though, I just was like,
Yeah.
you know. So, how about like Yanni or Kenny G?
Yanni, what
There you
the
go.
no? What? No,
Hey,
Kenny G.
let me throw one out real quick while we're on this. Chris Gaines. Anybody? Chris Gaines?
Garth Brooks is
Garth
all
Brooks.
ego.
So-
Yeah.
Had his toupee wig on and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
trying to be-
yeah.
I just thought that fit in with your.
Yeah.
Toupee and wig are the same thing.
What?
I'm
No,
gonna
they're
toupee your
not.
wig.
I know.
What?
'Cause he's been
Put
shopping
your,
for years.
Bald guy.
Yeah, he's been shopping for
Put
years.
your merkin back in your pants, fella.
Birkin.
Put your merkin back in your. Kyle's got his merkin out saying toupee and wig are the same thing, man.
How about Warrant or Winger?
Hey.
Oh man.
Warren was an awesome band in back in the day.
Warren.
Winger, not so much.
about my cherry pie, baby?
They hated that song. Remember
They
that
did.
story?
They did, but it was a hit.
only 17.
Because it was their only hit. And they hated it.
No, it wasn't. Heaven was a huge hit.
Well, yeah, you're
All
right.
right.
Down,
And
where
I
the
saw
Down
Red.
Boys go was pretty big.
Down Boys, I saw
Oh,
Red.
man.
They had quite a few.
Get all excited about it.
How about
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yep.
how about
Anyway,
Tiffany?
what about her?
How about Debbie Gibson?
What about her?
No.
I know both of them personally.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Scott
I think
had a
Scott's
magazine.
I think we're
Scott's
alone
gotten a
now.
lot of paper cuts because of those two women.
Yeah, good one, man. Good
Yeah.
one. I was trying to think of how to throw that in there. You got it, Kyle.
Several trips to the ER.
Scott's got a lot of paper cuts due to them women.
That was hard to explain, man.
Kudos, Kyle.
Yeah,
Kudos.
that's pretty good.
But
No.
the Tiffany Playboy is wonderful.
Of course,
See, he
I
just had
knew
to.
he was gonna do something
He
like that.
just had to.
The Debbie Harry one was even better.
Oh
He,
shit!
he had to just lay it on the
I don't
line.
remember her.
Now,
Blondie?
Blondie?
I don't remember her having a Playboy.
She had like 2 or 3.
well, you would know.
Okay. I don't think
Wendy O. Williams had one too.
Ah!
Now I just gotta laugh. When I started making this list, these couple of songs, I had to bring these songs up because they irritate the fuck
Mm.
out of me. How about, remember Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be
Oh,
Happy?
God.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
And the guy ended up committing suicide. What a
Don't
shame.
worry, be happy. I was just sick of that fucking song.
And Flappy.
Yeah.
Or how about Falco, Rock Me Amadeus?
That song was
Dude,
awesome.
I love that
Oh,
song.
no
I do
way.
too.
Yeah.
That was one of the first ones. My cousin
No.
got me into Guns N' Roses.
I like
For some reason,
That's a good
that
song.
was one of the first songs we ever
No.
listened to, man.
And the last one of like, because like songs always pop in my head. Taco, Putting on the Ritz.
I like that too.
I love that too.
Oh,
man.
my
I used to karaoke that Friday night.
I'm not doing this show anymore.
Oh, he's so mad. He almost
God!
took the camera off the table.
Everybody's bad.
Lord have mercy.
Damn it.
I knew it. I said it.
We'll do it live.
I
I'm
said
gonna put on my fucking Ritz
this
right
list
now.
was going to start a fight. I said it. And here we go. Lists are getting ripped up. Things are happening. Kyle's clothes are off.
Oh my
It's
God.
freaking insane.
And I'm the normal
I
one
knew
right
it.
now.
Putting on the Ritz is a badass
Oh
song.
my God.
Not
Putting
that
on the
far.
Ritz.
I can't believe
Dressed
nobody
up like
said
$1 million
Vanilla Ice.
trooper.
I
Well,
I thought of
Vanilla
that, but
Ice.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat this paper.
one hit wonder, but you know.
Again, I repeat, I'm the normal one right now. That should scare
Yeah,
everybody.
There now, I mean, you got MC Hammer.
You're gonna
down
shit.
there, maybe.
Trying hard to look like Gary
Speaking of paper cuts,
Cooper.
Bill's gonna have them now. 'cause he
Super
ate paper.
duper. Man. I love that putting on the Ritz song.
I know.
And Rock Me
You're gonna
Amadeus.
play that on the way home now.
Rock Me
probably.
Amadeus was like,
Oh.
that was before Rammstein was ever even.
Are you just gonna compare that to Rammstein?
I'm just saying
Now-
it was kind of before.
Now, I gotta say, Rock Me Amadeus, I do like the song, but I don't know what the fuck he says in that whole thing. He's like, what?
That's how I am when I listen to Rammstein. Like,
Well,
what does he say?
That's German though. That's
Well,
different.
Well, is it Rock Me Amadeus? That's a
Elvis
foreign
is gonna
language.
fold you into a fucking pretzel.
No, I'm not saying I don't like them. I like them, but I just don't know what they're saying.
man.
You know, there's only one line from Rock Me Amadeus that I think I know. and I can't say it on
Amadeus,
record.
Amadeus.
Well, of course you remember that one.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
I swear to God, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I don't
Oh,
give a shit.
Say it.
It's where he goes, and he says a bunch of gibberish, and he goes, the monkey cunt. Does he say that?
No.
People,
no.
seriously, Google that shit.
See,
let me know.
out of all the paper that I ripped up, I see G.G. Allen still left. And that just, there you go.
Yeah.
G.G.
Yeah,
Allen.
there you go.
Alright, I think we've had enough of
Why
this one.
can he say the C word on the show and I can't?
It was reference to something else.
It's my show.
Yeah.
Well, it's our show, but it's, yeah. Go eat a dick.
Woo!
AC is an awesome.
I knew it. I called it. This was going to be a bad deal.
AC.
It's
Oh,
all
God,
subjective, man.
no, they're not.
What was Russell Brand's band
Gee.
in those movies? Oh,
I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
Infinite Sorrow. Yeah, and I just think that kind of brings us all full circle because Jonas Hill's character, he tries to be honest with him, and Russell Brand gets so mad because he's like, I poured my heart and soul into that album, you know.
Oh, that's another one. Jonas.
Oh, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
That's
That's pretty rough.
The Simpsons,
William
man.
Shatner.
Oh, yeah. See, there's some. Yeah.
Yeah, we could go on and on with that. So.
As is every list.
Yeah.
As is every list.
All right. I think that's it. You guys got anything else?
I'm good.
Man.
Oh, we still do have the scented candles from Kyle.
Those are not products you can really buy, so
You have to be a special fan
Those-
of his website, and you know you had to read the specifications of why you would get one of those candles, but that's something different.
There was also, you know, the something about Mary hair hair gel.
Yeah.
We have the Mike Haddon hair gel now.
Oh
Yeah, see, it works very well.
Yeah.
yeah.
Use enough of it, your goatee will go up to your eyebrows.
And
Yeah.
we also got the special Scott Crawford beer bomb.
Beer.
Beard.
Listen, we can't talk anymore. It's time to go. The boss has her finger on the button.
All right, guys.
So,
Thanks
peace.
for watching
Shit,
Imagine
goodbye.
Music. We'll be back on here next Saturday at 7 o'clock.
I can't even specify
Follow
what my
our
beard bomb
page.
is.
Follow our page. We'll get all the postings and everything's on there because I have no life. Check
Yes,
us out.
you do. This is your life.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Love you guys.
ya. All right.